Just don't talk about hot chicken. Hey, this is Johnny. Hey, it's Johnny Beane. Live again, 10:48 p.m. Still the 19th. Steve, wherever you are. It's not the 20th. Although it is
10:48 p.m. What are you talking about?
For you, though. For you, it is the 20th.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
Hey, Clayton. Clayton James Hicks says today is Frankenstrat Friday.
Hey,
That's
Clayton.
right, man.
It's almost It's almost Straturday.
Mm-hmm.
Almost. Hey, Tizy.
Did it?
Tone Bolts. What's up, you guys? Yeah, so we're back for a little bit. Hey, Pris. And Jay Hannon is here.
Yeah, again.
Okay. Never left.
No.
It's right here sitting there
waiting.
That was a long dog walking.
That's what me and Jeannie call it.
Hot dog and a shake.
Hot dog and a shake. Yep.
There's an image.
That's what I'm hungry for.
Yeah. Yes. Caleb is here.
See ya.
What's up?
Man.
How are you, everybody? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Yeah.
Happy almost Saturday.
Happy Sunset Orange Saturday.
That's cool, man. Caleb, you can see your guitars next to you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Ty Z wants to
yes.
know. Oh, sorry. No, it looks cool because it looks like that guitar is in black and white and everything else is in color. What kind of filter you got, Caleb?
Yeah. I was like, let's go gray. A little busted up, but
that is cool.
Yeah.
What would you use to clean your maple fingerboard? If you were to clean your maple fingerboard, what would you use?
Steel wool.
0.000. That way.
Yeah, I don't even look at the grade. I just take steel wool.
Okay. Because Ty Z asks, Jay, did you get your Chinese neck? I was supposed to get it today, but it didn't come, so I'm assuming tomorrow. And obviously, it was on another guitar. I don't know if it was played. I don't think it was, but it might have been. And I'd prefer to clean a neck that somebody else played on before I played it, or before I play it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of gross.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yep.
It is, especially with my guitars. This is.
Well, dude, when they're your guitars, who cares?
Well, I like it. I was even asked years ago on a video. They're like, "What'd you do to Relic that wear on the neck?"
Played the hell out of it.
I was like, people actually make their necks look like that artificially.
Oh,
doesn't make sense.
Well, Nesdal does that.
That woke him up.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute.
He just went like,
"Come on, you guys." And he uses a graphite pencil. That's how they do that. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I mean, if you want to relic something and put it on your wall and to make it look like something, that's cool. But
no, if you're building a replica like 5150 or something, if you're gonna get it relic, like do the neck. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Because wouldn't it look weird if you have a relic body and a brand new, maple fingerboard on there. It'd be look like, what the heck? Okay, I guess I'll go pick up some steel wool tomorrow before the neck comes.
Oh yeah, it's especially when you do the back, it feels like a brand new neck, like when you use when you do a steel wool treatment.
Cool. So go downwards, don't wax on, wax off. What is it?
Well, on the back you go up and down. I'm just
talking on the fretboard.
On the front you go sideways, because if you went that way on the frets, you're going to scratch the frets the wrong way, and then they're toast.
Gotcha.
So, warning to everyone.
Hey, Mark Taylor. John BL 5150. Welcome back, guys. Jay. Oh, he's watching Metallica Live S.
Live Crap, Binge and Purge, the San Diego 92 show.
Oh, you can't interrupt that.
Absolutely. No, what are you doing in here, man? I mean, out of the 2 concerts on that Binge and Purge set, I prefer the Seattle '89 one myself, done the Justice tour, but that's just me. That's when, in my opinion, that's when Hetfield's voice was pure gold.
It reminds me of a story of some friends of mine and I like to we like to talk all night like James Hetfield sings. So everything would be like, I need another beer, you know.
Yeah. Oh crap!
Everything ends with it.
I can't be Hetfielding right now.
Hetfielding.
Going on with Johnny Beane.
Good show, yeah.
Yeah.
We talk like Lars, you know. Hey Johnny, is this show gonna be over soon?
So yeah, I can't even do his accent.
Yeah, he's tough, man. He's tough to do.
Ty Z. Yeah. Yep, that's 1984 guitar right there. Yeah, it was a gift from David Nesdahl. Like, what, 3 years ago?
Oh, Dave sent you that guitar?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Well, he sent me the body and the neck.
Oh, you painted it?
Well, no, even he didn't. Somebody else. Somebody built the guitar, I guess, and then Dave ended up with it. Hey, 802 Blues, thank you, man. Says great chat tonight. Yeah, and I guess Dave, the back of it is not correct. It doesn't look like the actual one because I guess there was no pictures of the back of it at the time. So once like the Guitar Man books came out and people saw the back of what it actually looked like, you know, Dave is like, oh, this is crap, you know, threw it on the ground and
right.
Had to, you know, make another one. So he just gave me the body and the neck, sent them over, and he actually gave me the Floyd too. And the pickup's a Wolfgang pickup from the Star, I think. And yeah, it's a great guitar.
Or the Circles, right? The Circles has a cream pickup. Right?
Yeah, it'd be from one or the other. I'm not sure.
You're gonna have to go grab it and show Ty Z. He wants to see the back.
Oh, it's not correct.
You know it's wrong. Yeah, Johnny Beane got it painted wrong.
It says "Bye, see you later" on the back.
Yeah.
Oh,
that makes somebody's head explode on here.
yeah. All right, so there's the front. It's actually it's like a professionally made guitar. You know,
looks good from here. A little shiny.
There's the back. Yeah, it's shiny. shiny, and that decal, the EVH decal, I got at the EVH booth at NAMM like 5 years ago. So that's what that is. I just stuck that on there.
Uh-oh, you need a big block in that. We're going to get a message from Reaver.
Oh yeah. It does. I do have a Floyd Rose, a German original Floyd that has a big block on it. I was going to put it on a Wolfgang, but I need a neck.
Well, if I don't
So
like
any
the Chinese
idea
who?
how many new colors in the special, or do we know it, like how many new colors? Not what they are, but how many? Can we give that away?
I'm not sure. I know. Is that the one that we saw on the website?
The light blue one, right?
On the EVH? Yeah. Which I like.
The powder. I think that's cool too, yeah.
I really like that color.
There'll probably be a few more, right? There's no...
You would think, I'd hope.
Yeah.
I just wanted to put vintage frets on the specials. I can't stand these jumbos, man.
Right? The guitar's small enough already.
No. I don't know. They just I don't know, playing the vintage ones on the stealth and then going to the striped one with the jumbos. I just instantly, I'm just like, no. So that's why I'm getting the Chinese neck to put on the striped one. So we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. I've never been a jumbo guy.
Ty Z says he sent me the red one. Okay, so there's a red there'll be a red special.
Yeah, that's the one that they, I guess, kind of tease on the site. If that's
the headstock, right?
No, I think they have, actually, if you go to evhgear.com and you go to the Wolfgang Specials page, it's listed on there on the main page, but when you click it, I believe it goes to the stealth. So you can't click on it to get any info on it. You just see a picture of it.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the one he's talking about, it's got the chrome hardware.
Mm-hmm. They teased that one as well on Instagram.
Yeah.
They teased, well, since they teased it, I guess we can say it. There's going to be the red, the maroon one.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's going to be, is it stealth? There's going to be a stealth left-handed. Because they showed the headstock on Instagram already. So there's going to be a left-handed stealth. I think it's a stealth special, maybe. Does anybody use Instagram?
Yeah, I think they both were specials that they showed on there. Yeah, it's hard to do stuff on your phone when you got a guitar.
One was a left-handed. One was left-handed.
Here it is. Okay, yeah. So they're both specials, right there.
So that looks like.
Yeah. So you can see there's
a left-handed stealth is coming.
Yeah.
And then
the red. Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Yeah, it looks sharp.
Hey, New Zealand.
Yeah, he was in here earlier. That's the one who wanted to see your Music Man.
Oh, cool. Hey, man. What time is it in New Zealand now? Is it the 20th?
Oh, it's probably like 5 o'clock in the afternoon or something.
It's a week ahead of us.
It's tomorrow.
NAMM is already over.
Yeah, ask him what finishes they're coming out with.
Hey, Michael Smith. Hey, man. Michael, you're going to be there, right? At the NAMM show?
Is Mike Is Michael Smith going to NAMM?
I think so. It's 8 o'clock Saturday night in New Zealand.
Oh, jeez.
I was close.
So what is that? That's 22 hours? 21 hours ahead of us? Ahead of Caleb and I?
We're 11 right now, so
I'm terrible in math. Don't ask me to figure that
21 hours. 21 hours.
Yeah.
Hey, Caleb, what picks do you use?
Oh,
or does it matter? No, some people.
Well, it's funny. I
don't care.
last summer I for the first time had my own custom picks made.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I asked, Johnny gave me the guys to go with, and for some reason, because I was playing those nylon Dunlops,
mm-hmm.
which are thinner than they report.
Yeah.
Like if you go 1.0, it kind of feels like a 73.
Mm-hmm.
And
the 60s.
So
the 60s feel like thin, man. Yeah.
So so I ordered the 1.0 and from this company, and it's basically a Fender heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm playing heavies now, but I always switch back to like a 73, and I can fly. So especially with the with the trill picking. So,
mm-hmm.
but
mm-hmm.
yeah.
The picks that I use that I get from Intune, they're actually heavier than the ones that let's just say I use all different kinds. I can use mediums, I can use heavies, I can switch in between. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
It's good to keep switching if you like to different stuff, because just like you'll pick up a different guitar and you'll play something you've never played just based on the fact that it's a different guitar. It's the same with a pick. If you pick up a soft pick, you're just gonna play differently. So
mm-hmm.
I recommend switching constantly.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, man. You got to turn a light on.
Yeah. Let's get a white balance.
Oh, wait. There I am. I'm here now.
Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay there.
Do not move.
Is this okay?
Let's go.
Is this
I'll do like a series close-ups.
I got to get really far up in here.
Oh, I think, yeah. You have your freeze frame. You have your screenshot for the show.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, I can use anything pick wise. It really doesn't matter. You can hand me a quarter and I can play it, or you can hand me a dollar bill. Whatever. Because
I've always used
bringing
these ones.
You
the 60s Tortex
pedal. Yes, I like those.
I recently switched to the wedgy ones, the wedge ones. Same gauge, but they have the sharper tip and a little bit. The back is a little bigger, kind of like, I guess, in between a jazz pick and this pick. You know what I mean? And I've been switching between. I tried these ones. I tried the 60, whatever, with the sharp, and I feel like these are just, I can play a lot more stuff cleaner with these ones for some reason, but I'll end up switching again. Somebody's getting a free 5150 overdrive pedal. What? Is that what that looks like to me?
Michael Smith. Yeah, he's saying I'll have to take my glove off though.
Oh, well then you ain't taking it then. That's it.
Because I was telling these guys, you get to NAMM, you realize everybody has NAMM thrax. So
oh right, you gotta get
it's all fist bumps. I wear one glove on this hand.
That'd be hilarious. Like we just go with like latex gloves or something.
Just
walk around.
You know what's the there's a guy in
You take a Sharpie. Take a Sharpie and color everything so it looks like you're wearing like a Mickey Mouse glove.
One of the guys from Slipknot, right? They, when they do the meet and greets and stuff, he said that he did that one time. He wore like a clear like doctor's glove or whatever, and he said at the end of it, it was just disgusting looking.
Oh.
And he's the same type of thing. Like he doesn't want to get sick and touch everybody's germs, but it's gross, man. It's gross.
It is. People are gross.
Well, we know.
Like, I don't know.
Think of what you do normally when you're like by yourself or in your car. You know what I mean?
I don't want to think about that. But
it's too exciting.
I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but and this is like a comedy routine that's yet to be written. But when I go into a public restroom, I don't touch anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't go wash or anything because I'm like, all right, I'm already touching myself. We're cool. Why do I want to go touch other stuff? Why do I want to do that?
It's like you're allowed one, right? One or two.
Yeah.
When you walk into the public bathroom, touching yourself is the cleanest place to touch.
Exactly. So I'm not touching any. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna touch the soap dispenser and the sink and then the door. Like I'll grab a paper towel and then grab the door handle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then all I've touched is myself. There you go. That's what I do.
So if I ever see you coming
window into my soul,
I'll know that you didn't wash your hands.
Yeah, elbow. Yeah. Just do the elbow bump.
Yeah. Well, that's how I touch everything in the restroom is my elbows.
Mm-hmm.
My elbows, my knees, my feet. It's like if any bathroom had a security camera, all you would see is me using elbows and feet and no hands.
Yeah, I get my stretching in by flushing the urinal with my foot, so I'll get it up way high.
Mm-hmm.
And kick the handle on the urinal.
I usually don't flush the urinal. I'll only flush the toilet. I don't flush the urinal in a public bathroom. I'm not even gonna.
Right.
I don't even want that on my shoe. On the bottom of my shoe.
Right, but the bottom of the shoe's on the floor.
Yeah, I know.
Which has got to be a little cleaner than the handle. I don't know.
Oh. Yeah, it probably
one trick that I do. One trick that I do is if I walk into a restroom, and if it's just a men's room, like there's ones where you just go in and you lock it or whatever. If it's one where anybody can come in, if it's a men's room or whatever, I'll use my foot and I'll open the door. I'll open the door with my elbow, with the handle, and then I'll take my foot and I'll try to make it so the door doesn't shut all the way. And so once I'm done, I can go and I can just kick the door open with my foot. Kind of like what Jeannie is saying, how Lowe's has a foot door handle in their back.
Yeah, on the bottom, you can pull it open. Yep.
Kind of like that. I'll try to get my foot in the door to get out. Yeah. If that makes any kind of sense.
The whole idea is to get out of there without touching anything. Anything.
Well, Caleb, I was telling Johnny and Dave a few weeks ago that Jeannie and I went to Lowe's one day with Ellie, the kid, and I walked into the bathroom, and a Lowe's employee came from the urinal and just right out the door, right? So I finish up, I come out, and guess who's talking to my wife and our kid? The guy that just didn't wash his hands. So he walks away, and I'm like, please tell me he did not, because old people especially love to touch kids. They love to touch
his head.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm like, Jeannie, please tell me that guy did not touch her. She was like, no, he didn't. I was like, good, because he did not wash his hands. It's like, man. I said, Ellie the kid. Ellie the kid. That's actually pretty clever.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time when I go to Target. I'll walk into a Target restroom to wash my hands. I'll see a Target employee walk out of the stall and just walk straight out. Just let you guys know, the guys at Target, they don't wash.
It's a job requirement.
I'm never going back to Target.
Oh, but even like, especially at like at Starbucks, if I'm at a Starbucks and I see anything with food, anything with restaurants, with even with grocery stores, you know, I've said this before. If I'm in a line at Safeway or Whole Foods or whatever, and if I get in line, or before I get in the line, I'll see which checker has touched their nose or wiped their face or sneezed. You know, I'll watch and see. And if I'm in a line, if I'm like next up and I see them do this, I'll take all my stuff and I'll move to the next one. I'll let the person behind me go. You know? Can't do it.
Oh
Can't do
God.
it. Can't do it. And yeah, there's been times I've ordered food at like fast food places and they've prepared my food, and then I'll see the person before they take my French fries and put them in, I'll see them sneeze.
Oh.
And I'll just take the food and go outside, put it on the trash can and take off. You know?
Oh wow.
And then go to the next fast food place where God knows what is happening to your food. That's the thing. I mean, I eat fast food, and think of all the stories that you always hear of stuff happening in the fast food restaurants. But yet, I still eat it. As long as you don't see it, it's okay, I guess.
That's right, Quinn.
Well, isn't the story with McDonald's that they say it's 100% American beef or something? They use 100% American beef, but it's because their company that makes their beef, which boils it in ammonia or whatever they do to it. The name of the company is 100% pure beef.
Oh, that's where they get.
So that's how they get away with saying we use 100% pure beef.
Wow, it's all about wording.
There you go. I had a double quarter pounder the other day, so it doesn't matter.
And it was delicious, wasn't it?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Extra pickle. So I hope that it's a specially made one, but they're probably just taking one and slapping pickles on it. So.
Yeah, you always got to
get it with that.
Yep.
Without something, then it's special.
Bring me my food.
But they'll probably just rip it off.
You're gonna put it there? What? Oh, thank you. I might need a refill on my water. Right here. Thank you. You don't mind if I eat on this thing? I might have to get the camera off. I'm starving, man. Starving.
Man.
There we go.
There we go.
Hey, James. James Orcutt is in here.
Taco Bell. That's right, man. You got to have the shredded, or the, what is it again? The
shredded
smothered shredded chicken burrito. Yep.
It's amazing. Taco Bell is amazing. It's like a diuretic as food. Like literally it never fails. I have to venture.
Caleb,
to the bathroom.
What do you when you have Taco Bell? When you have Taco Bell, what do you get to drink there? Too long. It's got to be the Baja Blast, man. It's got to be. It's a no-brainer.
What's the Baja Blast?
That's the Mountain Dew Baja Blast. It's the I don't know how to explain it, but it's delicious.
It's blue Mountain Dew.
Oh God, with Mountain Dew, I'm afraid I'm literally gonna go into shock.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of regular Mountain Dew, but the Baja Blast, amazing.
They sell the Baja Blast separately though too, right?
Yeah, well, what do you mean I'm stupid? What did I do? My wife opens the door. You're stupid.
You don't do Baja Blast.
Thank you.
What?
Oh.
You guys can't see.
No.
We can't see. We're in the dark.
So Sylvester. I can't see anything.
Doesn't use a whammy bar.
That's too far away. Huh? Is there a good Van Halen song to learn that doesn't use whammy?
There's like 3 or 4 on the first record because he's using the Destroyer. So
the easiest one. You really got me.
Running with the Devil.
Run with the Devil.
You really got me.
You really
Running
got
with
me.
the Devil. Running with the Devil. And what other one? Jamie's Crying, right? There's no whammy on Jamie's Crying. I think.
Oh, Summer Nights.
Oh, yeah. Just a specialized whammy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jaden James. Hey, man. Jaden James, you're going to be there. We're going to see Jaden at the NAMM show.
Is there a song I can play with 2 fingers? Ask Tony Iommi, Henry.
Oh, yeah, man. Didn't that happen like his last day of work before, you know, like he wasn't going to go because they were going, what, in the studio or on tour or something? And his mom was like, no, you got to go to work your last day. And he went and cut his fingers off.
Oh.
That's where this was created, right? I don't know.
He's missing the middle fingers?
Yeah, he wears a prosthesis.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, there's a story in the Noel Monk book about them losing his fingers, and they had to find them before Black Sabbath could go on stage or something that night, or that someone played a joke on him or something. There was something about the fingers.
Oh, the
Like,
prosthetic.
yeah, somebody better find Tony's fingers.
We can't go on stage in 15 minutes.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
The tips of his fingers, Mad Dog says. Wow. I didn't know that. I had no idea.
Fender
Meat
Guru,
shop,
give me
yum.
5 minutes and I'll show you the Striped Wolfgang. I'm just I'm eating some tater tots and some taquitos right now.
Sure. Give him a second.
Yeah. What is this?
Yes, Tony Iommi definitely has his own sound.
What would this be?
Well, there's your ranch dressing.
If it's ranch, I'm not going to make it through the rest of the show.
You too, huh? Look, I got majorly yelled at for telling Caleb earlier about eating some chicken with some heated up ranch sauce on it. I got majorly busted for that. Oh, not feeling good. Oh, it's hot sauce.
Hot sauce
Jeannie says.
with what?
It's probably mayonnaise with the red hot
Sriracha.
Frank's?
sriracha or Frank's.
Frank Rizzo's.
Eddie practices on Valerie a lot.
Not anymore.
So she's in the chat. She's telling you to eat.
Just eat. I'll try it.
Just eat it.
He knows what I like, so let's see if it's good. That is pretty good.
The tips, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, what are you eating?
I am eating.
Taquitos.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
These things. And then some crispy crowns / kind of tater tot-ish, but better, I think.
Crispy clown?
Crispy crowns.
Yeah, Quentin, we're going to go in hospital masks and with surgical gloves. That's how we're going to avoid it.
You know, we actually could. I mean,
Right?
Caleb's not even joking. I mean, he is, but I bet you we're going to see people. I bet you we're going to see people in the masks.
Yeah, especially probably Japan. A lot of people from Japan because they're already wearing them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Although I've actually seen a lot of people up here wearing them. I'll go to Whole Foods. There'll be people wearing them.
We got We got 50 flu deaths this year in California. So flu deaths.
It's a major thing. Yeah.
It's the cool thing to do.
Yeah. Die from the flu.
Oh.
I still have never gotten a shot, by the way.
No, me neither. It's a shame.
No, me neither.
Yeah. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Yeah.
We Francis.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Touch
yeah.
me.
Jane James.
I'll kill you.
I kill you.
There we go. There's a line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the
Right,
bubble
so
boy.
So it goes to the plastic bubble.
It's a bubble boy.
They reach in through the little holes to shake hands. Oh
How would
my
you
God.
try out a guitar if you were in a bubble?
You're, like you'd have two hands that come out, right? And you're just...
I wish I was good at Photoshop.
Let me see that guitar. Although don't get the whammy bar too close to make it a pop. You know? You grab the whammy.
Oh my God. I'll bring a gas mask as a joke. That'd be funny. Just full on gas, like there's a chemical attack coming.
Well, the thing is, NAMM actually is kind of like it is kind of like the circus, and it is kind of like a Comic-Con kind of thing where you do see a lot of people dressed up, you know, in like outfits and masks and makeup and.
Well, definitely like in the late 80s, you know, when I was going back then, and like glam had just blown up 88, 89, you know, right before Nirvana killed everybody. And literally everyone was there with their Aquanet, and it was God. You knew the end was near.
Well, I mean, you know, everybody at NAMM, you know, thinks they're a rock star, you know, everybody.
Right.
You know, it's like everybody huh?
For free stuff, you know. So if you, who knows what kind of endorsement deal you can get?
Those stickers. That's the only reason he goes is to get stickers. I can put them.
Got any decals? Got any decals? Got any decals?
They only had them that one year. 5 years ago. I haven't seen them since.
I was going to ask you to get me some.
People ask me, to get decals or catalogs or whatever, and most of the time they don't have the stuff or the stuff just gets, you know, taken.
Yeah, it's a little disappointing with EVH as far as their apparel, because I think they could.
Oh, they could kill it.
You know, they could kill it, and I could design stuff I mean, so much cool stuff could come out of that. I made a sweatshirt a couple years ago.
Cool.
Let me go get it.
Are you gonna wear it?
I might. I mean, it's a hoodie. Hang on one sec.
Sorry, I don't want to talk with my mouth full.
Well, you saw Dave earlier, man.
Oh, he was crushing it. Mad Dog said my neighbor is not happy with my new PV 5150. That's funny.
Well, I had a friend years ago that had a PV 5150, and he would aim it out his window towards his neighbors and play it like midnight.
Yo, I did that when Pantera. Oh man, why can't I think right now? Oh, somebody help me out. The album after Vulgar Display of Power. Why can't I think right now? Come on. You guys, I know. I don't need to know it. Yeah.
Not me.
Someone's going to say, you idiot. But I got that home and I put my speakers out of the window. Pumping.
So you know the EV. They make those and those amp covers for EVH.
Yeah.
I cut it out of the cover, the nylon cover, and then I had it sewed onto a hoodie. So there's,
Wow.
yeah. Kind of
That's
desperate,
cool.
but
Yeah, he
That
doesn't have
looks
any
great.
hoodies,
Really
does
cool.
he?
Huh?
Eddie doesn't have any hoodies.
No.
You sure?
Oh wait, yeah, he does. On
I think they do.
yeah, but no, not Great Southern Trendkill, the one before that one. Yeah, that's right, on Eddie Van Halen's store.
Cowboy Junkies?
He means Cowboys from Hell, but that was their first album.
Oh, I can't touch my eyes.
This,
Cannot touch your eyes.
this is a head cover.
Yeah.
And I just
You put it on your head.
just got you can get it for you get it for $20.
I made this
and
into
then-
a hat.
And then you can cut this thing off and you can put it on anything. You have like someone sew it onto anything.
Yeah,
There you
yeah. Those are the decals that I got. They look just like that.
But this is like a patch. This is like on the front of a hockey jersey. This is nice.
Dude, if you wear that stuff to NAMM, everyone's gonna be like, "Yo, where'd you get that? Where'd you get that?"
Yep. That's what I'm gonna do.
They're like, "Yo, Eddie gave it to me. He's over there at the booth."
Go check him out.
Yeah, he's over there handing out sweatshirts, man. I might have got the last.
He was
one,
just there. He was just there.
Far
Oh,
Beyond
man.
Driven. Thank you, John BL 5150. Thank you. For some reason, my mind went blank.
Uh,
All right.
the Vigilant. Do they sell EVH decals at the EVH website?
I don't think so.
No, I think they were just for NAMM. And that was like 5 years ago, and I grabbed.
All of them.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, I
this-
wasn't going to, but it was late in the day. It was like the last day, and they were sitting there, so I just grabbed. I don't know, like maybe like 20 of them or something.
Wait, that was you? They were talking about that guy.
They're
That's
everywhere
some
now.
guy just
They're all over my car. All my guitars have them.
I have EVH in my license plate.
You do?
Yeah, it says EVH forever.
Cool.
It's crazy.
Does it
My wife's like,
forever?
really?
EVH forever?
With an R, actually.
Okay, good. If it was EVA at the end, forever.
For Eva, it would have been like, who's Eva?
Yeah.
A lot of debate between ending with an A or an R. So
All right, so Fender Guru wanted to see this.
Do you want me to present you, or if you just talk?
We don't know what he wants to.
I'm gonna run over there. So yeah.
All right.
How many guitars do I have, Tizy? Maybe 25, I think.
Damn. I got a lot
that's
of
a lot
catching
of
up.
guitars.
Yeah. I'm gonna run over there. Go ahead and
All right, so this is the Mexican striped special that's going to have a maple Chinese neck on it, hopefully tomorrow night. It's got the eye hooks. It's got a real Floyd, as you can see.
Nice.
Yeah, these real Floyds are
That is
very
very-
nice, man. And then
Very
it has
shiny.
the titanium blocks and the big block in the back.
Great.
So
Excellent.
I can't wait to get the new neck. Cannot wait. I can't even take the stickers off the plastic off my guitars. I leave them on as long as I can. So is that no kill switch now? If I want to use anything like that, I always got the one back there. You know, I feel sometimes when you're using the whammy, it can kind of get in the way. So, but it's a great sounding guitar. Anything else you wanted to peep on it? And if you're wondering out there, they really did paint these, which I thought was really, really neat. Because if you look at two different ones, you can slightly see some stripes in, you know, slightly different places.
It looks like the red is really thick because in the replicas, you kind of see the lines under the red. Do you notice that?
You can see the lines in some spots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can definitely, you know. But
I love that he just did that on a whim, and everyone's got one now, and he didn't even know what he was doing.
Don't like hotcakes, man. I would love to know how many they've sold of these. You know,
it's a question for Dave.
Yeah, I know.
The little lines on the original white and black Frankenstein were removed before he put on the red coat.
Really? Okay.
The pinstripes were taken off. So I've always wondered whether those were just
they were like this.
Electric tape, right?
Just tape. Yeah.
It was just tape. Were the thick black lines electric tape too?
Dave, wake up.
Yeah, get up, Dave.
Yeah, right.
Come on, why are you sleeping?
Because that wouldn't compute that they would stay on that long after that much use without seeing one peeled.
I don't. You know? I think they were paint.
But the little lines were tape.
Yeah, they were taken off. You can see them. Like look at like
those
pictures.
Van Halen 2 the Van Halen tour warm-up pictures that he has, where he's got the tape on his face.
Yeah,
he's playing. He's with Frankenstein, and it has a white pick guard on it, and all the little lines have been removed. And weeks, it had the red coat on it.
Yeah, that's right, Molly. We're live right now.
Vigilant. Excuse me, man.
the Vigilant.
The Vigilant wants to know how much
the hot sauce, huh?
Yeah, now how much spring tension for 9 to 46? Actually, I switched back on these guitars, man. The 46, 36, 26 just felt too beefy. I felt there was too much string tension. So I tried. No, these aren't. Where the heck are they? Here they are. I put these on, and these strings they feel a little bit tight. They almost feel like 44s. They're slightly tighter than a normal 42, because I had regular 42s on the black one, and it felt too loose. So I tried these ones, and because they're not round core, I guess they're hex core or something like that. So I guess the hex core, they're slightly tighter. Yeah, they feel good. They feel good.
Anybody use 8s? Me never.
No.
Anybody? Pop that thing in a sec.
Too thin.
Yeah.
If they drill a hole for the trem plate on the back. Oh, because the Vigilant says his tremolo has so much, I guess, tension to the point where the Godot Floyd it jumps off the posts if all the strings are off.
Yeah, that happens. That happens. That's happened to me on some guitars, where if you loosen the strings too much or you take the strings off, the Floyd like pops up
Well,
Is that what he's saying?
but when you change strings, when you guys change strings, do you do a string at a time, or do you take them all off and change the whole set like that?
I always take them off. Because I'm gonna clean the whole guitar, and that's when I also use the steel wheel in the neck.
But every string change, you'll clean the neck.
Yeah, because I usually do them all at once. So, and I'll always reuse. If I pop an E, I'll just reuse it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll just unwind it a little and stick it back on the floor. That's just think how much money you've saved in strings just doing that over the years. Just because of Floyd Rose.
Oh, reusing the string, winding it down and putting it back.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, for sure. Because it always pops at the bridge.
I used to do that when I first got into the Floyd Rose and stuff. Hey, Sean Mahoney. I used to do that. But yeah, you can only do that for so much. You got to clean the strings too with rubbing alcohol or something. Because with me, my hands, they get wet when I play. So even when I would do that, when I would reuse the string, which what we mean by that is you leave all the string at the end, and every time you break it, you just you wind it back and then pull it and put it back in the Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
So you reuse the same string over and over and over and over for months.
I don't like doing that.
You know, but the problem is for me is my strings, they would turn black. You know, they'd be like so worn down.
So I guess the reason why I do one at a time is because I'm used to, you know, I've always had floating Floyds.
Yeah.
So taking all your strings off at one time, and then, you know, that's a nightmare.
Oh no, that's it.
I used to do that.
I mean, if you pop one with a floating, you're done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless. But yeah, I used to do that too. Changing the strings, you would take them all off. You know, the problem is when you do that, is it messes with your action. It messes with your setup.
Yeah.
So really, what you should really, let me just say, I'll change one string at a time. You know, loosen one string, change it, loosen the next, change it. That way, you never mess with the tension or you never really. There's less stuff to go wrong with your guitar that way.
So since you guys both take all your strings off and then change them, do you loosen them? Or because I was recording this band and the bass player, he was changing his strings and he just took his wire cutters, strings at full tension. It was a 4-string, right? Was it a 4-string or 5-string? I can't remember. But he just bam, boom, boom. And I'm like, dude, you know how much of a shock that is to your neck right now? Like, you know, and he's like, what? Oh, it's fine, man. I'm like, it's not my bass.
Oh, you didn't record that?
Record me going bananas? No.
He's like, here's my bass solo.
Bass solo, take one. Yeah, man, it was something else. And I'm like, you can't, are you nuts? But,
yeah, I know that question about the balls on the strings. I always clip them. So I have a kid, so I don't want a kid. I mean, I guess.
And wasn't there somebody?
The opposite then.
Somebody was talking about somebody was talking about if you leave the balls on the. He's talking about leaving them up here and just pulling them down and tightening and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I was told that doing that, what is it? It's looser where somebody was saying you pretty much should cut the balls off. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've always cut them.
Yeah.
I put them in the opposite way and clip. It's the last thing I do is clip them off. But I've always done them all at the same time. I mean, I'll loosen them each at, you know, with the string winder, each string. But I won't do what that bass player did. But yeah, I mean, like,
no. Dude,
cleaning the fretboard is impossible without taking them all off. So
yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, right, like when you loosen each string individually, you're giving the wood a chance to slowly, you know, do its thing. But when you're clipping them, I mean, that's doosh, 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 you know,
Snapping.
that's a lot of tension. Just,
Yeah.
Quentin James says, Jay, the guitar you're holding, the back spring / trem cover, are there holes for a cover plate? Yeah, they always put the holes in there. If you can see them, yeah, they're in there.
Cool. I wasn't laughing at that. I was laughing at that.
Yeah, I figured that.
Although I don't think he did that. He still has them, right? Or did he cut them off?
I don't know. Didn't he regret it too? Like whatever he did, he was like, "Oh, I shouldn't have done this." But whatever.
I don't know. I have no idea.
What are we talking about? Bruce Jenner?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, I don't know what he did. I don't know what happened there.
Yes,
How's everyone doing here?
Wolfgangs come with 2 springs. Because the fact that the bridge actually rests on the body in the cavity, you know, you don't need that 3rd spring.
Yeah, I had a floating bridge like 30 years ago, and it was just, you know, just that buzz trick was always the fun part. But other than that,
Oh,
you know,
hold on.
here, go get an Ibanez.
Yep.
The Brad Gillis.
The
The Don't Tell Me You Love Me solo.
Yeah.
The ending of that.
It's always fun.
I see him at the NAMM show every year. All day long. I'm passing that guy up. Brad Gillis.
Yeah.
Hey, Simon. Good morning.
I remember first time I ever saw Brad Gillis was in that Aussie MTV. They used to do like a Friday night MTV concert, and they ran an Aussie show, and it was just after Randy died, so to finish that tour, and they ran a show from where he played, and I didn't even know he was the Night Ranger guy yet, because I think that was still on its way out or right at the same time. But
it was before Night Ranger.
Yeah, he was just. It was like they were about to drop, so he came in to fill in, but I think it was until they found another guy.
Imagine having to learn all that stuff.
He was like an emergency replacement. Yeah, without YouTube.
Yep.
Just off your ear. I got to learn Randy Rhoads from ear.
Man. Yeah, Brad Gillis, he lives up here. I've seen him around here and there, and he played a show. There was this club in Alameda, California called Roosters Roadhouse is I think what it was called. And Brad Gillis, they were called the Alameda All-Stars in Alameda, California. And Brad, I guess, was a member of that way back when, you know, in the 70s, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so he came and he played, and he was using his old Fernandez or whatever, the red one, you know, the guitar, his guitar, right? And so that was the first time I ever saw him play live, and it was cool. But yeah, I see him at NAMM all the time.
Impressive. I remember Day on the Green, 1983, Oakland Coliseum. I had a really good friend who lived in San Francisco, so summer or for a few weeks that summer, and we went to Day on the Green, and it was one of those full GA shows where you show up like at 9 a.m. and line up, and then we went down right front. I think we're 13 years old, so you go down front early, but you end up like way up in the stands by the end of the night because people are so crazy down, down in front. So
Yeah.
but it was Journey, Triumph, Bryan Adams, Eddie Money, and Night Ranger. So Night Ranger opened up, and we were like right down front. So I got to see those guys close up, and then it was impressive, especially the 8-finger Jeff Watson stuff.
Hang on, Molly. Molly's calling me. Oh yeah, Jeff Watson, man. I saw Jeff at a clinic, a Hamer guitar clinic, when I was a kid in Lincoln, Nebraska, and I was walking. Hang on, Molly. All I could hear was the ringing. Hang on, I'll call you back. Hang on. I was living in Lincoln at the time, and went to the Jeff Watson Hamer clinic. This was in '89, I think. And I'm walking to the bathroom, and I'm walking back from the bathroom after not touching nothing, right? All elbows and knees and kicks. I'm walking back, and somebody taps me on the shoulder. I'm walking through the dark, and I turn around, and it's him, right? Jeff Watson. And this is before he went on. He's just hanging out, chilling, And I was wearing a San Francisco Hard Rock Cafe t-shirt that my dad had come out here on business or whatever and brought me the shirt and brought it back, right? So Jeff Watson, he's like, that's where I live. San Francisco. He's telling me that. So but what he said to me was, if you're ever out in San Francisco, you can come and stay with me. Like he just like offered, right?
Okay.
So this is what, 88, 89. And I end up moving out here in 92. And I end up going to a show at this place called The Stone in San Francisco. And a featured guy on that bill was Jeff Watson. So I went just to see him. You guys know who Dean Del Rey is? Dean Del Rey is a comedian?
No.
Funny guy. Anyway, it was his birthday, a birthday bash, and there was a bunch of people. It was an AC/DC tribute show, but Jeff Watson was jamming on guitar. So I ended up going to the show, and I ended up running into Jeff Watson in the bathroom. And I'm like, "Hey, remember me?"
You said I could live with you.
Yeah, he said I could stay at your house. I'm here.
Show me that 8-finger technique.
Yeah. But yeah, I've seen him a couple times since.
There you go, by the way.
There it is. I've seen that. Well, then that's you. I've seen that picture online.
Yeah, it's at the end of my my EL34 50-watt demo.
That's cool.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
And my wife loves it.
Mully was calling me. Well, I don't know if I can. Mully, do you want to jump in? Real quick? I'll go ahead and I'll just send him something. Mully's in Japan.
Okay. Good one, Mike.
Oh, crap.
Didn't Norma Stitz open for Hugh Janus Blues Band? Yeah, I think so.
What?
Michael Beatty asked a question, and there's a trick. There's a trick name in there. Tell me you got it already. Tell me you got it.
That one guy got me off my game.
Oh, that one? Let me see. Oh, okay. Missed call. Mully, I just sent you
An invite.
an invite.
Eureka. Okay. All right. Here come the names, guys. Oh.
Man,
Oh my
man,
God.
I missed all this. I missed all this. Oh man. Okay. Oh, maybe Mully, is that why you were calling me? Is that why he was calling? Because of all that? Okay. I
don't
get
know.
it. I'm sorry. Yeah. Mully was calling me because this guy was saying all this stuff in the chat here.
Oh yeah, he told me to remove him.
Oh.
I think I did. I think I did the right thing. I can't.
Oh, there's Mully. I'm sorry.
Hey, John.
Wait, what?
Hold on. Let me just get this darn thing going here.
I don't know what we're seeing.
Yeah, what is that? Oh no.
Hang on.
Hold on.
Visit minicam.com.
What is that?
Hold on. Hold on. There we go. There we go. There we go.
We still hear us.
No
though.
mute.
Hey, man.
Hey, Johnny Beane.
Hey.
How you guys doing today? I just got in from a haircut.
Wow.
We can still
Live
hear
from
us.
Japan.
Ain't I looking
What
pretty?
time?
It's yeah, it's almost 5 o'clock here. The reason
In
I
the
was
afternoon.
calling, not because of that idiot. The reason I was calling is you guys were talking before about the string changing and the Floyd popping off of the posts.
Mm-hmm.
One way you can prevent that, what I do is I take a pair. I've got disposable chopsticks here, and what I do is I push the tremolo forward with the bar. I slide the chopsticks underneath it, let it back so it leaves the tension on there, and then I take all the strings off, do my cleaning, blah blah blah, put everything back on, let them down, and tune it up. So if you put something under the tremolo, if you raise it up and slide something underneath it, it'll keep the tension on the post. So whoever was asking about that.
Yeah, see, I've seen guys use a sock and some foam.
Yeah.
You got to mute your thing.
What's that?
Oh, there's some echo.
What? How's that?
Testing.
Well, we got to talk. It's when we talk.
It's still kind of there.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
That's better.
But also, Mully.
It's not bad.
Um,
sir.
Oh my gosh, excuse me.
Yeah, it's coming from Molly's thing.
I'm on my notebook, guys. I don't have any earphones.
Oh.
I'm poor. What do you expect? I'm not going to stay long anyway. What were you going to say, John?
I was gonna say, you know, the video you did yesterday
Uh-huh.
with you driving.
Uh-huh.
Right. I was telling you that the quality when you were piggybacking, right? The quality looked like all washed out.
Okay.
It looked like it was like oh my god.
That's my that's my Doberman.
Take it easy. Take it easy there.
I have a Doberman pincher. Opie, come here. Come here. Get up here. Say hi to Johnny Beane.
Oh.
Mommy's coming in from the supermarket. Hey. Easy there, homie. He's protecting the house. Are you protecting Daddy? Here you go. You ready for this? Watch this. Opie. 3, 2, 1. Go get her.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna ready for this, guys.
The countdown, right?
I thought we were going to see something very awful.
Anyway, I just called in about that. And also, John, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the referral.
Oh, of course. Look at that. Yeah, they're great picks.
Here we go. I got the jumbo jazz picks, and on the front side we've got the Mully's 50th birthday.
Nice.
And on the back we've got Mully without his beard. I forgot to draw my beard on there.
Hey, where are you guys getting these custom picks from?
It's a secret.
In tune. In tune guitar picks.
In tune GP.
Mhm.
All right. Anyway, John, I just stopped in for that.
I'm endorsed by it.
Hold on, Caleb. I want to see your picks. Hold it up again.
Oh, they're so bland, but here, it's just nothing. It just literally says that.
Okay. Anything on the backside?
Yeah, just my
Well, there you go.
signature.
Very cool. Very cool.
Cool.
And Caleb, I think that's the first time I've seen that gray one behind you.
Oh yeah. For teacher with a non-pacer body.
I'm getting ready to send my Kramer into Craig to be stealthed. The black and gray.
Craig. Craig will be at the NAMM show as well.
Yeah.
You'll
Craig
meet-
Stoffco?
you'll meet him too.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, guys. Well, you guys get back to your talk, and I'll leave you go.
Mullet. I
Yes, sir.
I have to talk real slow
What's that?
because of the echo.
Oh.
I just wanted to let you know
Uh-huh.
that your video on the playback, it looks fine.
Okay.
But when you were live, it looked like 1989.
Okay. I'll try next time
So
to make it better.
cool.
Well, yeah. It's kind of unavoidable driving, right? You know? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and sorry, Caleb. What's that guitar behind it? The white one.
Oh, well, that's it's nothing special. It's just a custom from Warmoth.
Oh, Warmoth is my
What?
baby. I love Warmoth.
That's the magic word with Mully. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I did paint it myself.
Oh, nice. Yeah, my main guitar is a Warmoth Stratocaster. Nice. Very cool.
Yes. This is my number one.
Very nice. Yeah, my Warmoth is my number one too. Yeah. What's the head? You got just a Strat headstock or? Nice.
Yeah.
What's the August 922? Is that?
August is one of my kids' names, and 9/22 is my birthday.
Okay. Nice. I don't have my Warmoth down here.
This is the other Warmoth I have.
Oh yeah, that's next on my agenda is to do a Telecaster.
The other kid's name.
Yeah, right. Oh, okay.
And
Very
the
nice.
back is totally different. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Wow. That's wild, man.
There you go.
Two totally different sides to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just did the what's it? The flame maple with some tints.
Mm-hmm.
Came out pretty good. But the someone wanted to see this one up close. I recently added the quarter as a joke, but
Oh yeah, nice. That's really nice.
yeah, fun. If you can tell, there's a slight gradient right here, a little darker
Right.
gray from this part, which I think kind of makes it look pretty cool.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Love guitar.
The only reason I did this, the Hoffer t-shirt, is because it has a slanted humbucker. So
Wow,
I
what a
would've-
coincidence. My wife has slanted eyes.
oh, cool. This is one of
Small
those late
world.
night shows.
We like to play a game where I blindfold her with dental floss.
God.
That's okay. She
Oh.
gets me back with the fat joke, so it's fair. Well, anyway,
Is hanging the guitars very bad idea?
okay, I'll catch you guys later. Caleb, thanks for showing me your guitars.
Me, you.
Jay, good seeing you again. John, thanks for giving me the invite.
Yeah.
And you guys have a great night wherever you're at. And
All right.
see you guys later.
See ya.
See you, man.
Konnichiwa.
That guy's a riot, man.
Yeah.
No, as far as hanging guitars from the like on hooks.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's what they do at Guitar Center.
Right. Every guitar there's hanging.
Mm-hmm.
Guitars are like women, all sizes of shape. Okay.
My favorite person in the chat wants to know what my dream guitar is. Then he said he had it, but he doesn't know what my dream guitar is. So, I guess my favorite guitar of all time is the 5150, but that's attainable. You know, I can build one and paint it or whatever. And it's more affordable. But my dream guitar, if I were to have one guitar, and some people are probably going to laugh at me or think, why would you pick that? But it would be that. An original swirled universe. Yep. That thing, man. I love that guitar.
Oh, wow.
But
Is that a 7-string?
yeah, that's not going to happen because any of those on eBay, they're like thousands and thousands. So
Have you ever swirled a guitar?
no, I have not.
Yeah, I definitely want to try that.
Yeah, Dave was trying to tell me to swirl my black and green one. You know, I think that'd be something I'd be interested in doing.
I think a swirled Wolfgang would look great.
Yeah.
Like one of those standards. Just shave it and give it a good old swirling.
Mm-hmm. Genie, that is not the DNA version. Those go for like 20 grand now or something. The DNA gems, where it's got a little bit of Vi's blood in them.
Really? Like,
yeah. Was it the 20th anniversary, I think, of the gem? He did a DNA version. But I mean, nothing matches. Caleb, I have a 91 universe and a 2000 universe, and they feel completely different. The neck on the 91 is just, it feels amazing. Whereas the 2000 universe, it's good. Don't get me wrong, but it doesn't feel anything like the 91.
There's a finish on those necks, though, right?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nope. Yeah, I can't stand lacquered necks.
Mm-hmm. And
neither.
Michael Smith, if you're in here, man, it's all good. He sent me a text. It's all good, man. Looking forward to seeing you at the NAMM show.
What day's Michael going?
Probably I would assume all of them because he's flying in from out of state.
Got it.
I'm trying to see if there's a DNA gem on eBay, but there's not. Let's see if there's a swirled original on here. I mean, they came out with the ones the 2016 universes, like the Warfare model. It's like flame, it's like orange and yellow. It's $5,000 on here. Like, what? No way, man.
Dang.
Yep. There's one for $7 grand. No way. No
Wow.
way.
You get
Here's
a
one of
pretty
these-
decent car for that.
Yeah, I know. Here's one of the I guess a 91 Ibanez UV77 MC. And it's not even a cool looking swirl. It's more yellow than anything. And it's on here for $5,000. No, I can't, you know, can't do that.
Mm-hmm. Jaden James. Yeah. Well, I think anybody that's going to NAMM and anybody that watches these videos knows that the place to meet up is the EVH booth. Well, Jaden, that's where we met last year.
Yeah, I'll be there Thursday, Friday, and definitely both mornings. I'll probably be hanging most of the time in that Fender room. So,
although I'm thinking they don't open up that room till like noon.
really?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, there's been times where I've showed up and the room has been closed until I'm thinking it's. You had said like 10 o'clock, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking. Hopefully I'm wrong, but I'm thinking that room won't be opened up until 12. Like they have it closed off for like meetings and like, you know, whatever. James, NAMM officially starts on Thursday. This Thursday. But they're setting up right now. They're actually setting up everything, you know, as we speak, I would say. But Wednesday is the day where we'll start to see like what everything looks like, because that's when they have like private parties and stuff Wednesday night. But the public, as far as, you know, if you have a badge, Thursday morning is when you can get in.
Now, do any companies do anything like if they have a big reveal, they'll wait to do it to like Saturday afternoon or something instead of just opening NAMM with their main thing on display? Have you ever run into anything like that?
It's usually ready to pop on Thursday morning.
Yeah,
that's why like getting there on Thursday morning is probably the best time, just because you're going to see all their top stuff and how they intend their booth to look in its perfect form, because people will come along and reserve certain instruments and they'll pull those instruments off the floor. So if you want to see the primo stuff, you want to get there Thursday morning, because, and these are like all the real specialty types. Hey man. So
yo, I gotta tell you, Steve, when you popped in, it was your avatar. And for that split second that I glanced down and saw it, I thought you were literally standing there with a 5150 guitar.
Steve, you could that's how you could pop on, if I can say pop on these things. You know, your avatar looks like that. Put the guitar and then hit, you know, and like
that would be hilarious.
Guys, you're still on. I can't believe it.
It's only been like an hour.
Okay,
right?
That's cool. Hey,
Or
Caleb, man. Caleb, nice to meet you, man. I really liked your stories about being on the set of One Day at a Time and meeting Eddie.
Yeah.
And that's really awesome, man. It's like I gotta admit, I just got an actual tweet from Eddie Van Halen yesterday, because I want him to sign my Charvel EVH Art Series guitar, and he says, "Okay, man, we're gonna sort something out so that we can make it happen." So
What?
I've never met him, but
are you sure
he's
it's Eddie
up
Van
for it.
Halen and not like Ed Van Halen or?
No. It's the real guy with his real photo. I don't know if it was Janie talking, whatever, but whatever it takes, I'm totally up for it. So, yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome,
awesome.
man.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
He's like, forget it. It's
No big deal. No big deal. I'll sign one of his guitars. It's fine, you know.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Sorry, guys. I just returned from a rum party. I was at a rum party, and
you gotta have me out there, man.
yeah, like Johnny, like whenever you guys want to come to the West Coast, a lot of things can happen. Right?
He lives on the West Coast.
Well, Caleb's here too.
Northwest.
Caleb's on the West Coast.
Oh, well, there you go.
Where are you?
Caleb, I'm on the southern tip of Vancouver Island. I'm about a 2-hour boat ride from Seattle, Washington. I'm actually in Canada, but yeah, if you drew the line from the provinces like Saskatchewan, Alberta, BC, like if you drew the line across the border, I'd actually be in the United States, but because the island is mostly in Canada, like it's considered Canada, but whatever. I'm right here. It's all good.
Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling you were from Canada. I don't know. It's some when you use the word boat and a boat in the same sentence, and the word about sounds more like boat than boat. I know that, but I'm a gigantic hockey fan. So
yes, me too.
Oh yeah.
I love Canadians. So.
Oh, the LA Kings. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Right on.
Sorry about 2012. Sorry about that. Sorry
2012?
about that. Yeah.
I don't have a problem with anything because I'm a Chicago Blackhawks fan.
Oh, there you go.
Me
Okay.
too.
I was
Me
afraid.
too, man. I'm a Blackhawks fan too.
Oh, there you go.
From Chicago.
Yeah. So what have you guys been doing the last hour?
You mean more like what have you been doing the last hour?
Oh, okay.
Did you try that? Did you try that rum?
Yeah, the Tiger rum, man. It was it smelled a bit like banana and a bit like orange.
Ooh.
So it was like it's like the greatest rum I think I've ever had, Jay. So
Oh man.
yeah. If I can get your like address, I'll like send you a bottle of it to you.
Oh, I'll give it to you right on here.
Yeah.
It'll be worth it.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. Yeah.
Did you get a ride home or?
Yeah, Caleb, I take a cab.
Okay, good.
Like my day job, I'm a first aid attendant for a construction company, right? So whatever job the construction company I work for, whatever job has the most people, that's where I go because like I've saved like about 5 lives in my life over 20 years. Like forget like finger cuts and like eye injuries. But like I'm talking about like no pulse. Like I'm talking dead. Like 3 people that I've revived, and also like massive bleeds, like whether it's out of an arm or a leg.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not even joking, man. This is my day job.
No, I know you're not joking. I'm just one of those guys that like goes down when I hear about stuff like that. So.
No. It's all at the end of the day for me. Like if I had lost anybody, whether it's a heart attack or a massive bleed, I would not be doing what I'm doing as a day job. I'd hand in my ticket. Like I'm out. Like I failed, but like between me and God or whatever, right? I have a little bit of a religious thing about it. Like if
you were here a few minutes too late, we already. Never mind.
No. It's all good, man. I'm talking to Caleb right now because he doesn't really know me.
So Jay, shut up, will you?
Yeah. I'm talking to Caleb here. Like
Jay just had some Taco Bell, so you might have to look after him a little bit.
No.
So.
Like if I could have Taco Bell right now, it'd be great. All I've had tonight for dinner, I go. No, Caleb, I'm totally serious, man. I know. I had 3 Heinekens like on the show earlier between 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock Pacific with these guys and Dave. And then I go to my buddy's party. It's a rum party. Like, so all the guys I went to high school with, they're like connoisseurs of rum. So
Right.
I just got back from Sri Lanka and I bought this rum. Jay saw the bottle and so did Johnny. It was like tiger stripe, like orange and black.
Right.
It was like velvet on the bottle from India. Like we always try to find stuff that we've never drank before. That's like the mission. So anyway, I did it. It was awesome. And I went and saw them. And then Johnny texted me, hey, you're ready to go on. This is like an hour ago. And I'm like, I'm at my buddy's place. Anyway, I get back home here. Here I am. And yeah, it's all good. And yeah, Caleb, I got to say it. I'll say it a million times today. It was really awesome to hear about your one day at a time story last week and meeting Eddie. And you said you've met him like 6 or 8 times or something. So yeah, you know, I'm sort of bowing to you because I've never met Eddie Van Halen. But yeah, that's totally awesome, man. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm more
Like-
interested in the fact that you guys still take taxis up there.
Oh yeah, sorry. So that's back to the original point was, yeah, Jay, if I lose my license because of drinking, I lose, like up here in Canada, I lose my license for a year. Like I have responsibilities with my job to like save lives at my job, right? So if I don't have my car, well, cars, I have 2 cars, like I'm totally hooped.
Well, I'm just saying as far as like taxi, like down here, I don't even think there's taxis. It's just like
Really?
Uber, I think is
Uber and Lyft.
about
Oh.
it.
Uber and Lyft.
Yeah. I can phone a cab and they're here within like 10 minutes, right? So I can go to anybody's place, cousins, friends, whatever, family, and no problem, and get back home. And I didn't drive my car. I just yeah, I can't lose my license, right? It can't happen. So for $10 to go across town is no big deal to me. Like, and then what you said, someone said earlier, like if I hit somebody, like if I'm drinking and driving and hit a kid, like you're done for life. Let's be honest, right?
That happens here in America too.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's it's funny. You think of like all these sports stars, right?
Yeah.
And arrested for DWI, and I'm like, what are you doing? You're a millionaire. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have a friend to go out with, like, hey, you're gonna be the designated driver tonight, or just take a taxi or an Uber,
An Escalade.
Yeah, it's unreal, man. But I'm that's good that you don't even mess with the idea of taking a car when you're drinking.
No, man, it's not the 70s
Not
here.
worth it.
Like when my dad was younger and driving me around, he used to go to house parties and stuff, and I'd go party with his buddies' friends, and that at 2 a.m, like he'd throw me in the back of the Firebird, like a '68 Firebird, and like drive home at like 3 a.m, like completely hammered. And
Oh my God.
I'm asleep in the back seat, and nothing ever happened, right? So, yeah, forget it. Caleb, my question to you, Caleb, over your right shoulder, is that like the Hot for Teacher guitar? Like
Yeah.
you did a replica?
I've seen it twice already. I'm gonna go take a whiz.
Yeah, do your thing. I got to talk to Caleb now.
Yeah. It's not even a pacer body. So
Oh, it's not?
It's a regular strap body. But
Like a Fender strap?
well, I mean, it's a Strat shape.
No.
It's actually,
Where'd you get what kind of body is it? Did you order it from somewhere or?
yes, it's I had a custom guitar made by Bill Asher back in 1987,
87. Wow.
and he got the wood from Tom Anderson
Oh, wow.
here
Wow.
in Los Angeles. So
Right.
this is an Anderson body and neck,
Right.
and it was originally painted like. Have you seen the red bowling ball Ripley guitar?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Mine was black and cream like that.
Right.
And it just, the paint started chipping, and it was just, I wanted to do something different with it. And since it had a slanted humbucker, I thought about doing the Hot for Teacher paint job, but in the gray. So it's kind of like, looks like it's in black and white.
Right.
But yeah, you know.
But so Caleb, my question is, the original Hot for Teacher didn't have a slanted tip pickup?
It did. That's why of all the ones I was going to choose, I was like, I'll do the hot for teacher.
Right
Because
on.
I could have done a 5150, or
right.
I could have done a Bumblebee, but it would have been slanted.
Right.
So I thought I'd do the hot for teacher, and the hot for teacher is one of my favorite paint jobs. So
Yeah, right on. Cool. Yeah. I just didn't know about the pickup thing with whether it was slanted or not. But you're saying the hot for teacher originally was slanted?
yes,
Wow. Okay.
it has a slanted pickup in it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right on.
I used to have the red art series, and I sold it, but that was a fantastic guitar. I think the neck on that guitar is as good as any, EVH produced neck. So definitely.
Cool. Right on.
Yeah.
So Caleb, what town are you in?
I'm in Santa Monica.
Oh, okay. How far is that from Johnny in Santa Cruz?
About 400 miles, 380 miles.
Oh, okay. So is that like an hour and a half to get there, sort of thing? Distance-wise? No, I meant like driving-wise.
Driving it's probably gonna be around
No.
6 hours, six
Oh,
or 7
really?
hours.
It's a while. Yeah. I mean, actually getting from here to LA really isn't that long. It's once you get to LA traffic, you're stuck for hours and hours and hours. Like
Right.
to get from the great, like if Caleb knows what I'm saying, to get from the Grapevine down to,
Mm-hmm. Depending on what time you're coming in. Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So is it,
If you get here,
is it sort of like from 2 p.m. on, like the traffic's really bad? So if you get there, like you're traveling before 2 p.m., it's kind of okay, or?
well, it's all about which direction you're heading and at what time.
Yeah, right. Right.
So
Hmm.
that's how traffic works in Los Angeles. Like I went to Disneyland yesterday, which is in Anaheim, right next to where the NAMM show is.
Yeah.
And since we left, at 9 o'clock in the morning, it was just after rush hour. But going south from here to Anaheim is pretty painless.
Right.
But if we were coming the other way, it would have been twice as long.
Right.
So,
Huh.
yeah, Johnny, I'm going to Anaheim 3 times in 8 days.
So did you happen to, were you curious to drive past the since you're just across the street?
Oh no, I'm with my wife and my kid and my mother-in-law. We went straight into Disneyland. You don't want to deviate when you get in that area. It's because yes, there's some traffic around, especially when everyone's coming to the park. So you don't want to miss an exit. Yeah, I never even thought about going by there because what am I going to do?
Fun? Was it even fun when you went to? Did you say Disneyland or Disney World? Which one is it?
Disneyland.
Is it even fun, or is it just so so many people that it's you can't even think?
Well, is that your first kid there?
Yeah, the one right there.
Well, yeah, in the tube.
In the
Yeah. No, the last time I went was with I have a 16-year-old, and he was 10. We went for his 10th birthday, and we brought like 3 or 4 of his friends and these kids, and walking around that place. And it was summertime, and it was hot, and everyone stinks. And that I said to my wife, that's the last time we ever go.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we found out we were pregnant, I'm like, oh, I guess we got to go to Disneyland again. So. So he's 4 now, and this was the first time, and actually yesterday was the best time ever, just because it's your kid's first time
Okay.
at Disneyland. So
I saw all your stuff on Instagram, man.
Yeah,
it was cool.
He had the best time. It was pretty awesome. So if you guys want to Facebook friend me or Instagram me, go ahead. You can look at those pictures and see those videos. It was. It's special when it's your first time. I mean, I remember my first time at Disneyland. It was awesome. So, but
I hate crowds.
I don't know if I want to go back anytime soon. Yeah, me too. Oh God.
So you're saying if you go every 6 years, you'll be fine, right? Every 6 years, that's doable.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Like when you take your kid, you know, wait till she's like 4 or 5 years old. So they can really, and then they can get on. They can get on. They can get on most of the rides too. So that are for kids, and
then also just the fact of remembering it. I want her to remember it. You know, otherwise, like when parents, you know, the first birthday, of course, it's a big deal. But when parents go bananas for the kid's first birthday, it's like the first birthday party is pretty much for the parents, not for the kid. The kid doesn't know what the hell's going on.
No.
You know? So.
Yeah. So it was great. But yeah, Anaheim 3 times in 8 days. Looking forward to it.
So, Caleb, you're going to the NAMM next week. Is there something in particular you're looking forward to?
Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to meeting some of the people at the EVH booth.
Right.
I did like the first video for the new head, you know, right. and I kind of snuck that out because the local music store here in Santa Monica, the friend of mine, he called the EVH rep and told him about me, and that guy brought the head out like 3 weeks before it was announced.
Wow.
And for me to try. So I brought my camera, and while they were off in a different part of the store, I filmed it, like me playing, and then I made it into this little video that's on my YouTube page, and I waited for that morning that they were announcing it, and I released that video, and they loved it. They sent me a stool.
Oh wow!
so I was like, wow.
Was it Mike Tempesta?
The rep?
Yeah.
No, it's his name's Phil Harris, I believe.
Okay.
Phil or Paul. I always get the names Phil and Paul mixed up. So it's Phil or Paul. I might be Paul Harris. I can look at my phone, but he said he showed the video to the brass and they really dug it. So they wanted to send me something, and I was like, please be a Wolfgang, please.
Yeah, I know, right?
No Wolfgang, just that.
Nice.
So
hey, at least it's something, man. You
know? And a shirt. So no, it was really cool. So
yeah.
But I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to seeing stuff I had no idea I was going to see. So
right.
Part of going to that is that you can go to all around. I mean, it's not even guitar related. There's so many different things going on instrument wise. So
instrument wise and like recording equipment wise.
I mean, the Floyd Rose booth is great, you know. So
thanks.
Floyd Rose has their own booth.
Yeah. Show everybody your outfit.
Really?
Yeah.
And they're gonna have headphones too this year. So.
Huh.
Yep.
They have a whole headphone line.
That's true.
And Floyd is always there.
Steve.
Hey, Jay, what's your concoction there? What do you got? Are you still common folks?
Yeah, just a cap. No, I didn't even finish that first one. I didn't want to get back on here, you know, chewing chips.
So what's your what's that latest concoction in the yellow cup?
It's just a Captain and Coke.
Oh, just Captain Morgan's and Coke.
Yeah, nothing too crazy.
It's water.
Just a bunch of ice cubes.
It's just, you know, a little bit of hot water and some cold water, you know, added.
Some hot sauce. Hey, how far away? I know I was asking earlier about the, you know, where the booths are set up and stuff like that. But the PV booth, how close is it to the EVH booth? Or do they ask to set up all the way on the other side of the?
It's the total opposite ends of the floor. PV is on the farthest right side. Fender is the farthest left side.
Wow. Okay. What about Ernie Ball?
Ernie Ball is.
It's a triangle.
Ernie Ball.
Well, no, there's huge rooms. And then the Fender place is like upstairs, like on the 5th floor in a closed small room. So it's like, I don't know if that's what it was a few years ago. I don't know if was last year. Is that what it sounds like? But there's these huge convention hall rooms that you couldn't cover in a day if you walk just the one room.
Yeah,
back and forth. You know,
that's where Ernie Ball is.
Yeah. So Fender has their own enclosed room area, and then all their little umbrella units are in there, including EVH and Jackson and Charvel and whatnot.
Well, hopefully next year.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael Smith said if you go to the NAMM website, they have the whole thing mapped out. I'll have to check that out.
There's an app too.
Yep. There's an app you can download.
So Johnny, you should do a I am here update like every half hour, every 15 minutes or something. You should put it out where, I am here.
Oh,
on the map.
Definitely. Definitely. When I go out of town, when I go to NAMM, whatever, on my phone, I open up. Well, I guess Foursquare doesn't exist anymore, does it? I'll check in. You guys, if you follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, links are down below. MySpace. You'll know exactly where I am and what I'm doing.
Jeannie, every 10 steps, check in.
Yeah, that's right.
Quentin, if you search Caleb Rappaport, Rapport, you should find my page. It's very small.
I'll put a link to his page in the description once we're done. Everybody's pages. Jay's page.
What page is that?
Do you have a page? Wait, you don't have one.
I have a studio page, but I don't really use it. And my wife gets on me all the time. Would you please do something with that studio page? I'm like, I don't know what to post.
Steve, what are your pages, man? I don't even.
Yeah, just Steve Anderson, YouTube. I got a couple songs I put on there, original songs, because I'm not gonna play a bunch of Van Halen stuff. I just have original songs that I put on. Yeah.
Well, the Van Halen stuff will get you the views.
Well, whatever. I'll argue with that. I got some pretty cool original stuff.
No, I'm just busting you.
I know.
I came for the Van Halen and stayed for the originals.
Yeah.
Stayed for the Steve.
Yeah, stayed for the rum.
Hey guys, how was Dave doing? Did he log in earlier, or is he back to bed, or what's he doing?
I think he was in bed the entire night.
Oh, so he didn't show up earlier, eh? Okay.
No, but I think he probably should have been in bed earlier when he was on with us earlier. I don't think.
Oh yeah, he sounded like he was in pain, but he sounded good, and he looked good, so he'll be all right tomorrow. He'll be good.
No, he's gonna be in a lot more pain tomorrow. No, I'm serious. He is. He's gonna be
sore.
Really sore tomorrow.
Yeah. If you guys didn't watch earlier, Nesdal had surgery today, and it wasn't anything. It wasn't major surgery, but it was like a pre-surgery until his actual surgery.
Yeah, Jeannie, if you want to write what it is in there, you can go ahead.
Yeah. Speedy recovery, Dave. Judd says. Thank you, Judd. Yeah. That's interesting, though, what he said, what's going on. I mean, I guess I won't say on here, but, what he had done. And
well, he makes it known what he's having done and everything, so.
I go down when I hear that stuff.
Yo, that's a real thing. Like people that have been around,
give blood.
People that have been around death have like started laughing it's a weird thing that some people, I don't know if that's what you're talking about, like when you laughed before when but some people
No,
like,
if I like any kind of injection thought, like as far as like a needle, and I go like a mini shock, kind of thing.
All right.
I'm one of those people. So like if I ever have to give a blood test, like I have to lay down and they have to have like water and
put a leather belt in your mouth.
It's I mean, it's a serious thing. Like it's frightening. It happens, but I'm one of those people. It's like, like a 5% of the population or something. Just can't even deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I admit it.
First step. You got to admit it.
Wow. Well, this is cool. This is cool. We've got Caleb. It's like we were talking about Peavy on one side, Fender on the other. You got Caleb on one side and Steve Anderson on the other. As far as looking at blood.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, Jeannie all the time. She watches like these surgeries and stuff, and I'm like, she's like, look at this. I'm like, oh,
I'm out.
See that? She thinks it's so.
She's
like,
just hearing that.
Yeah. Like, look, they're fixing somebody's ACL, and it's like, oh, God. She loves it.
You know what, guys? I got to tell you though, like myself, the first guy that I ever saved with CPR, I'm talking no pulse, right? Airway, nothing's happening. B is the breathing. There's no breathing. And then C is the heartbeat. Like the guy, for all intensive purposes, for like a couple of minutes, is gone, like dead. And then I do CPR on someone and they're revived. Like this one guy, he gave me a Christmas card every year for 3 years. And then after that, I don't know what happened to him. Like he was an older guy.
You weren't there to save him after that one.
Yeah. But I was good for 3 years. I don't know what happened to him after that, but he gave me like a Christmas card for 3 years after. He had like 3 young daughters, right? Like 4, 6, and 8. So he told me that in one of the Christmas cards, and then after that, I don't even know what happened to him. So it was like, okay, like I got him to the next level of life, but man, it was like again, like if I had lost anybody in my time as a first aid guy, like I'd handed my ticket, like I'm done, I failed, I'm out. But luckily, like everybody's like carried on in life, which is totally cool, man. So yeah, it's all good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How do these people die around you, by the way?
How do they die around me?
For you to revive them?
Just heart attacks, Caleb. Yeah, they have heart attacks. They're older guys, about 55 plus. One guy was in a head office. He had a buddy who was up looking at a chart with a pointer, like, okay, here's our sales for the year. And the other guy, his buddy, all of a sudden, bam, he's like face down on the desk, and I'm in the lower floor of the building, and I get called up, a first aid call, and I show up at the boardroom, and the guy, by that time, he was on the floor. Like, again, it's elementary, right? It's airway is A, airway's clear, breathing, okay, I check his breathing, like on his abdomen, there's no breathing, and then C is the heartbeat. So you go to his wrist. If you don't feel a heartbeat, you go to his neck, no heartbeat. So in all intensive purposes, the guy's gone. He's in heaven. And then I do CPR. At the same time, I'm like getting somebody to call an ambulance.
At the same time, you're ordering lunch. Hey, yeah, I'll get some french fries with that burger.
No, that's the escapism part of it. Like I totally like forget about anything. It's just about the person that I'm trying to save, right? So I get somebody to call an ambulance at the same time that I'm doing all this other stuff. And then, okay, I start doing CPR. And all of a sudden there's a heartbeat. And within like 5 minutes, the ambulance is there. And like he's going to be taken to a hospital, right? So like that's the spreadsheet. No matter what I'm doing, as far as a first aid guy goes, for like 20 years, I've been doing this, right? So yeah, that's the game. And yeah, a couple of them have been like heart attacks. There's been a lot of seizures, like guys just behind like a pop machine, just like sort of banging their head against the pop machine like 15 times. And I'm like, what the hell?
Yo, that guy, that machine stole that guy's quarter.
Yeah. So and that's every scenario is basically the same. You get the guy on the ground. I get him face up, head straight. I get somebody to help me hold his head straight, and then same procedure, right? Airway. Is his airway clear? Okay, the guy's like mumbling. Okay, great. Get his breathing rate. Check his circulation, his seat. Make sure he's got some kind of pulse out. Okay, the guy's alive. In the meantime, I call somebody else to get an ambulance. There's different scenarios, but at the end of the day, it's the same roadmap, right? And then, yeah.
And they always want to go right back to work, right? They don't want to go in the ambulance.
That's in Japan, man.
Yeah. Or China.
Have you ever talked to any of them after the fact, and like, did any of them tell you that, yeah, I saw like a light or any of that stuff? I don't want to get religious on here at all.
No,
but I'm just saying, would anybody ever say like, oh man?
The second guy that had a heart attack, he said he did see some kind of light. And then of course me, like as soon as something happens to anybody, like I forget anything, and it's all about the person and potentially saving a life, right? So yeah, there's one guy who wrote a letter to me saying, man, I thought I was gone. You revived me. And I'm grateful. So is my wife. So are like I had two daughters.
My kids are, but my wife is kind of pissed at you. She had an insurance policy.
You can see the policy.
Yeah.
No, it's all good, man. Like if yeah, anybody, even like forget about work. Like I've been walking down the street by the mall, and some lady has a seizure. And she's on her back and her head's banging off the concrete. Yeah, no, it's the same scenario. I just eliminate all the bullshit and I go to the person, get their head stationary on the ground, get somebody to take over the head, and then I go same scenario. It's elementary. It's A, airway, it's clear. Okay, she's talking. B, get her breathing rate. And then see the circulation, make sure that there's nothing wrong with her heartbeat or any kind of bleeding anywhere around her. And then it's, before that even, I'm even telling somebody to get an ambulance here, right? And within, like I live in the capital city of the town I live in, I can get an ambulance anywhere in 15 minutes, right? So yeah, it's the game. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, it's all good.
Wow, how do you top that? The guy saves lives.
Yeah, I know. You can't.
What are we going to talk about now?
Well, the reason I ask about the whole light thing is because my uncle years ago, he had some health issues, and for I don't know how many minutes it was. I talked to him about it a while ago, so I forget some of the details because my brain doesn't work, most of the time. So he was basically saying how he died for a couple minutes. And
really?
When the doctors and everybody said when he came out, when they revived him, he was pissed. He wanted to go back. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah.
What was the scenario, Jay? What happened to him?
Dude, this was years ago. I mean, my uncle, he's in his mid-70s now, so this might have been when he was like in his 40s or something when this happened.
No, but do you know the scenario of what exactly happened?
Oh no, not at all. But I know he had some rare thing.
Okay.
That he had. So I don't know. I mean, I'd have to ask him about it again, but But hearing stuff like that is very cool to me.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But we've taken this
question about
so many different directions tonight.
There's a question there about Eddie's tongue.
Eddie's tongue? Yeah.
Yeah. The story he tells, and a lot of people wonder about that because he claims it's from the metal picks and the frequencies in the studio. but the guy smoked like 4 packs of cigarettes a day for 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that
But, you know,
that a chunk of his tongue on one side, I don't know what side, was like going to be dangerous. So he had part of his tongue removed. I don't know. Maybe Johnny knows whether that's true or not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
if you listen to there's a Howard Stern interview, he tells the whole story.
Oh, okay.
And he gives it's on the internet. It's on,
right.
You can look it up.
Yeah.
But he also talks about how he kind of started his own cancer clinic.
Oh wow.
And basically searched out his own cure. So
Huh.
Yeah, and then Stern was kind of ribbing him about it, you know.
yeah,
Like,
you can hear it.
oh, you got a cure for cancer, huh, Ed?
Yeah. It's actually a great interview. So
It is.
Yeah, I don't know what the real story there is. He's convincing in that interview, but you know, he never once admits that. Yeah, by the way, you know, 4 packs a day, 30 years, you know, and all the other stuff he did. So who knows?
That guy's like 4 packs a day. That's like 2 cigarettes an hour, like all day.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, what are they? Are there 20 cigarettes in a pack? Is that what it is?
Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing at 4 packs just because.
Well, in Sammy's book, it was always, you know, when Eddie and Alex were together in the studio or wherever they were together, you know, if one of them had a beer, they would bring the other one a beer. If one of them had a cigarette, they would light the other one a cigarette.
Yeah. So lots of cigarettes. And
yeah.
Dave still smokes cigarettes. So.
Yeah, my dad smoked about a pack and a half a day from like probably 14 years old to 61.
Damn, why quit?
Yeah, no. The doctor said, "Hey, buddy," my dad, his name is Martin. That's my middle name. He said, "Martin, you know what? If you don't stop smoking and eating, like my dad, he was a stonemason, right? Like chimneys, stone walls, all that kind of stuff. With my grandfather, same thing, from Denmark. They came over in 1952 to Canada, and yeah, a pack and a half a day, all those years. And at 61, they said, you know what? If you don't stop smoking, like I used to go for dinner at my mom and dad's, like it was meat and potatoes
and cigarettes.
Like, yeah. Well, I wasn't smoking cigarettes, but I'm just saying that was the meal. But like after that, when he was 61, when the doctors talked to him, he started walking more. My dad, like honestly, he looked like he was pregnant, right? And then he lost like 50 pounds, and he'd go for dinner, and it was like you might get a thin layer of like ham and like carrots and broccoli. Like it was a total change.
Yeah.
And like he lived to be 73. My dad passed away like 7 years ago. And but you know what? Like from 61 to 73, like, you know, he got a lot more years out of himself that he might have if he kind of kept going the road that he was going down, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. Kudos to him for doing what he did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Serious stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny when you watch those, you know, like the Live Without a Net DVD, for instance. You know, Eddie and Sammy are basically doing like a full-on aerobics class for 2 hours, and Eddie's smoking the whole time. You know, it's borderline comical.
Yeah.
And there is some serious cocaine going on too. So
well, that was more on the
aerobics.
knowledge, the carnal knowledge tour too. That was that was. Oh man, is this going south, Johnny?
No. We're all good.
Okay.
He's Johnny now.
Yeah. Hey, Caleb. Caleb.
Yeah.
Have you done your own guitar builds at all? Like, who did the Hot for Teacher guitar behind you there?
You mean like who wired it?
No. Like who like painted it?
Me.
Oh, you did.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I painted all 3 of these.
Oh,
all 3
right
of these
on.
I painted.
Cool.
I think my favorite is the one
Yeah.
directly behind your head, man. The
Yeah. Well,
that one. Oh, that one just looks super unique. You know, I've never seen a guitar that looked like that before. That's a killer looking guitar.
Yes. Yes. The most fun part is the painting.
What color was that originally? It was just wood or?
Yeah, I got the wood from Warmoth,
Oh, cool.
and it just came as a a maple body and what is it? Yeah, I think it's a maple body, and yeah, I painted it one time, and I had to strip it because it was too much paint. I'd put on too much.
Like too many coats?
Too many coat. Like I was just it kept going, and it wouldn't dry. So it was just basically like this soft putty kind of thing. And so I had to just I used this yeah, experimenting.
95 degrees outside with like 110%.
I had no idea what I was here, by the way, but I had no idea what I was doing. But I got some furniture paint stripper and just bathed it in it and just took it all off, and started over. And then, yeah, it came out really well. So
awesome.
But yeah, I've never like built anything for anybody or anything. So I just wanted to. I actually, in this family, all my money for guitars comes from other money or other guitars. Like it's all like the same money. Like so.
Right.
I had to. This one came from my my Ernie Ball. I had an Ernie Ball since '93, an amber quilt, and
like a Music Man Ernie Ball.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, but
what color was that?
I always thought
Jacob,
it was amber.
Oh, okay.
I just felt it was a small. I'm a big guy, so it looked like a miniature guitar on me. So
I know.
And it felt like it. So
Dave got rid of his because it looked like a kid's guitar on him, and it felt like a kid's guitar, right? Nesdal. I think that's why he got rid of his Ernie Ball Music Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just wanted to make a guitar, and I didn't have the money to do it. So and the Ernie Ball was worth something. So
yeah,
I was able to invest that money into a project. And then I did that once, and then I did it again with this, and that's when I sold my Red Art series to get all this going. So, and
where do you guys prefer your toggle switches? I know that's a really, really weird question, but I was thinking about it the other day while I was playing, and at one point I went to switch from the bridge to the neck, and on a Wolfgang. And I kind of reached down, and I was like,
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I guess I like it right near the volume knob, just because you're always reaching for the volume knob, even when you're playing, just to make sure it's up, especially with the low friction.
Oh yeah, if you watch the majority of guitar players, like when you watch them play, they're
watch Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh God.
And it's almost like a tick.
Yes. And I used to do the same thing. Like anytime you're playing, I'd be watching like a video or something. Like, oh my God, look at my hand! I'm constantly checking that volume knob, even though you know it's up.
Stevie Ray Vaughan touches the volume knob literally like every 3 seconds.
Mm-hmm. You're right on the low friction ones, especially where the Wolfgang Wolfgang volume knob is. It's easy to just
to knock it.
Yeah, just a little bit.
That's the same as the Fender Strats I have. Like Johnny, I've talked about that. Like the volume knob is so close to the tremolo. I have to tape it down. Like if I'm playing live at a house party or a high school or something, yeah, I got to tape it down. So yeah, a bit of a knock on the Fender Strats, even though the necks feel great and they play great. It's just the volume knob's so close to the trem that not good.
And that's why Ed moved his volume knob.
Yeah.
First one to do it. Probably hated where that volume was.
Yeah.
So God, is it like 4 o'clock in the morning where you are?
Yeah, it's like dinner time for me, man.
Unreal.
So Caleb, I don't know if you saw it earlier in the show, but this is the Musicraft 5150 that I'm building. This is the headstock basically done. I just got to get a string tree off a Kramer Pacer that's on the way from 1983 to drive in here. Yeah,
looks great.
Yeah, it's
awesome.
I spent as much time as I could making sure the lines are the tape lines were in the right place, and yeah, I got the body. I'm painting tomorrow, the body, and again on Sunday. I always do 2 coats. So yeah, I'll just grab it here.
Well, you have the Nesdal seal of approval on the tape job.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
this is it, Caleb. This is a Musicraft Kramer Pacer Poplar body. From watching this show, I've been watching for a year, but if you go back in this show, Caleb, and there's episodes with Paul Unkert, who worked for Kramer back in the day. He said that they used to use poplar wood. So that's the one I ordered from Musicraft. Musicraft's really amazing. You can have any, if you want basswood or rosewood, whatever, you can get it.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the Kramer Pacer Poplar body. So I'm just trying to make a Kramer 5150. It's my first build. That's the front. Yeah. This is the back. And yeah, I spent the last few days like Paul Unkert said, they did the bigger, wider stripes first. So whether it's a 1/3 of an inch, 1/2 an inch, quarter, 3/16 or 1/8, those are the sizes I bought in the striping. And yeah, so it's my first build. I've wanted the Kramer 5150 for like since 1986.
Yeah,
30 something years. You could never buy it, and you know, I've played Fender Strats and I bought Charvels, and I always wanted the Kramer 5150. It was never available in a store, right? So there is the EVH 5150. I do have one, but comparing this to what I've made to the EVH 5150, I mean, there's no comparison. The EVH 5150 has tons of little mistakes because the body's not the same. So I'm really excited to do my first build, and yeah, I'm painting tomorrow and Sunday, and the red or sunset orange we call it, will be on, and then probably Monday I'm going to strip the tape off to reveal the white stripes everywhere.
Did you get that little run though that he has in this section right here? Yeah. So there's a little paint run that he has.
There's a little bit of red. So I do have. It's called Sunset Orange Touch-Up Paint. So I can just grab a little paintbrush, and I'll just do a little stripe of red there in the spot where it needs to be.
It's on the lower horn, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, right in here. Yeah, I'll do it. I've got.
That's like that gets the Nesdal seal of approval.
Yeah. No, but he was just happy with the striping. Looked proper earlier tonight.
It looks great.
Yeah. Yeah. I worked. The last like 3 nights, just like sometimes I drop a stripe of tape, and I was like, oh man, like you think it looks good on one side of it, and I get up to a certain point, I'm like, oh no, it's slightly off. So I kept changing it as I went. But yeah. Yeah, I'm
awesome.
Yeah.
Are you gonna relic it or
yeah, just as I go, Caleb, like little things like cigarette burns, and I know the back is like really worn, and I gotta be honest with you, like even taking like a sandpaper, like there's only 2 layers of white that I did, and I've already had spots like paints of like runs of paint that were like too thick and a little bit of a drip. I've already like been sort of working with sanding things flat, and all of a sudden a little bit of wood would appear. So I know that if I want to go to the extreme and say, okay, I want the 5150 in 1986, I'm just going to hit the the sandpaper, and I know I'm going to be able to get through the paint like no problem. There's no clear coat. It's just straight up. It's Schwinn bike paint that I got from this website. It's called cooleststuff.com. It's called KOOLESTUFF.com. They do exact factory match Schwinn bike paint from like the 70s. And that's what was used on all those guitars, right? So I got white, sunset orange, and black. And yeah, like as soon as like I have my my buddy's art room, as soon like he always like sort of hit the paint on the paint spray and hit it on the poly that's set up in the room. And I saw that as soon as I saw the paint color, I was like, oh my God, like that's the Kramer red from like the 80s on all these guitars. I saw it instantly. And then you just do a smooth like stroke across the wood at a time, because you don't want these paint drips. So you sort of pick like a few spots to do the same thing. You spray on the poly on the near the wall.
Oh no, you the best way to do it is just to keep running across, so it just the mist falls.
Yeah,
you don't want it to you don't want any kind of like beading of the paint at all. So you kind of you keep traveling across it like
yeah. So I was going with the runs of the wood, the way the wood was running. That's the way I kind of went with it. And yeah, so like I've told these guys a few times, it's a real revelation for me, because I've been buying guitars and I have like 25 guitars back here. And nowadays, with like knowing this show for the last year, like Musicraft, and there's K&E guitars and all these places. So I picked Musicraft. They're super friendly to me, and they can build me, you know, Kramer Pacer body with a banana headstock neck, and it's licensed by Fender. I said, this is the closest I'm going to get to building a Kramer 5150. You can never buy one in the store. So I was like, okay, I'm going with it. And
no, it's way more fun to build it than to buy it in the store.
Yeah,
that's what I've learned with these guitars, because you kind of see them in your head first, and then you try to come up with something. You know,
yeah, because walking like in the town I live in, if I walk into a guitar shop, like the Floyds are floating, or the neck doesn't feel quite right. So I'm like I always revert back to the Kramer 5150. That's what I really want. So I got to a point, okay, I have to build one. And now I'm doing it for the first time. And it, like after 30 years of playing in different bands and stuff, all of a sudden I'm like, it's a new world for me. Like all of a sudden, I'm never going to buy a guitar in a shop again. I'm just going to keep building sort of my own, right? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a new revelation for me, I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if I had any talent in painting or any of that stuff, I would do that, but I can't. So I would end up messing it up real bad.
You know what, Jay? I thought the same thing for like 20 years. How in the hell I'm going to buy a Kramer Beretta, rip it apart, and do all this stuff? And I had zero confidence, but all of a sudden I was just like, why not? And then all of a sudden, like even just the neck and the headstock, like I'm doing it. I've done it. I know how it works. And it's actually not that difficult. Yeah.
Well, I think
it isn't. He's absolutely right.
The hardest part would be the relicing. Like I'd be so afraid to botch it up, and then I get so angry at things like that I'm doing, and my patience factor is zero. If I ended up screwing up the guitar while relicing it, I'd be so angry that I'd have to like repaint it or something.
I mean, at the end of the day, you take a bit of sandpaper and just like the tip of your finger, like wrap some sandpaper, and you can just throw a little scrub here, a little scrub there. And, you know, for Eddie, there's a couple spots. You grab a cigarette, light it, and like stick it onto the body. And all of a sudden there's a cigarette burn. There's a few of them on it. Like you're not going to be that far out. And for me personally, it's like, okay, well, even if there's a little bit of a mess up, at least like I know how it happened. So it even makes it more personal to me. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's cool that way. And it's only my first one, and I'm sure like I'm gonna snap at some point. Okay, I'm gonna build the 1984. I'm gonna build the Hot for Teacher like Caleb.
We got another Rob Johnson on our hands.
Well, no, I mean, like there's certain ones like I'm all about a Strat style with a maple neck. Like the Star guitar sort of has no attachment to me, and like doing the double neck.
We've got a Dave Nesdall here now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and the double neck thing doesn't do it for me. There's a certain thing with the Strat stuff. The maple neck does it for me. So yeah, it's all good.
So then you'll be happy to know that the neck I have coming for that Mexican striped Wolfgang is a maple neck.
Right on.
Yep. So hopefully tomorrow, Johnny, is there any chance that you'd be into, if I get it tomorrow, would you be interested? Yeah, I'm not gonna make any commitments here because the last two things I said, hey, look, I sent the tracking information to Dave and Johnny saying, hey, look, it's gonna be here this day, and it doesn't come. So if it comes tomorrow, would you be open to doing a quick video, like unboxing video for it?
Sure. Yeah, I'll be here. Just message me. Let me know.
I'll let you know.
So Jay, that's gonna have chrome hardware, like all of it, the Floyd and the tuners. All of it is gonna be chrome or not?
It hold on a second.
Yeah, it looks like it's all chrome, right?
It doesn't come with any tuners, so I'm gonna be using these tuners, and it comes with a black nut and whatchamacallit? What's this called? Somebody help me.
Retainer.
String retainer, yeah.
Yeah, what about the Floyd Rose?
No, I'm just getting the neck. I'm just getting the neck.
No, but what color is the Floyd Rose
on this? Yeah, it's
there, it's chrome. Yeah, it's chrome. Yeah.
So
yeah, it'll look good.
Yeah. So
what's gonna happen?
Jay, there's like no dust in your house, right?
Oh no, man.
That's like the cleanest bridge I've ever seen.
Well, this bridge is only like, not even a month old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dave put it on. I opened this for Christmas, even though I had it before Christmas.
Okay.
I sent it to Dave. When I got it back like 2 weeks before Christmas, and I was like, put it under the tree for me and wrap it up.
So Jay, what's gonna happen to that neck? Do you have another body you're gonna?
I'm throwing it right in the garbage.
Oh, come on!
Right in the garbage, man.
You gotta do what Johnny does. Just get another body.
Frets, they gotta go. No, I'm gonna. Here's what's probably gonna happen. If I like the Chinese neck, I'll work something out, and because Johnny needs a neck for one of his or two of his guitars. So, maybe I'll send it out to California or something.
Well, if you want, we could work something out. Yeah, because I've had a Wolfgang body for a year now. I've needed the neck for a year.
Yeah.
And Jeannie says that you don't dust.
No, I don't dust. I just do this.
You don't dust.
I do knock the dust off, though. Never mind. You got that, Johnny. What about this? Rob
Johnson and have the red clouds, right?
Yes. Hubbard is a maniac. That guy. I want to talk to that guy so bad and just like see what's going on with his brain, because he is something else. If I was Eddie, I would hire him. I would want him on my team.
Yep.
Hey, Jay, you know what? Like I saw something I never saw before. Like on Eddie's, like Van Halen's last tour, Eddie Van Halen had a Rasta guitar made by, is it Scott Smith that runs Musicraft? Like Eddie in his guitar rig had a Rasta guitar, and he says in an interview, he says, yeah, this Scott Smith guy has like a replica of every guitar I've ever had. And there he is. He's got like one of his Rastas. That's the Musicraft guy. And Eddie in his rig in backup guitars, he had the Rasta that Smith made in his rig. Like, that's amazing. Yeah.
I think that's my least favorite of all the striped guitars.
Yeah.
I think it's the coolest, actually. That's ironic. I kind of want it. I want them to do that for the next one they do.
Well, Johnny knows a lot of secrets about NAMM coming up, so yeah.
Oh, come on.
No way. Really?
So Johnny, I was just thinking of something, right? You have a Japanese maple
What?
neck, right?
Huh?
You have a Japanese maple neck, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How about, now I don't know yet, I'm just throwing this out there, but what about a Mexican neck and a Chinese neck for a Japanese neck? The old twofer.
Yes, Dweezil has the Rasta.
Yes.
Ask me
And the
tomorrow,
Rasta.
'cause I
The
can't
Rasta
think.
is the original unchained guitar, and Dweezil has that body. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and it is true. It is true that underneath the Rasta guitar, you can still see the circles. You can still see the what's it say on the back? Buy later, see ya.
Bye. See you later.
Yeah.
Buy, see you later. You can still see that stuff through the paint.
It amazes me that, like, why did he cover that guitar? Like, just build another one and do the Rasta like that. Unchained.
What happened with the Frankenstein was the original Van Halen one. You know, it's
Yeah. He painted over it.
Yep. And he says on that one interview, like, if I would have known now what I know, know then what I know now, I probably wouldn't have done that. But
Yeah, he says he wishes he had the black and white in its original form still.
Mm-hmm.
But he was so mad that everyone was copying him.
Oh,
that he like just had to switch it up.
Yeah, he seemed to do that like every year.
Hey, Dweezil also has the Hendrix Set on Fire guitar.
Oh yeah,
body at least.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
Dweezil's got some stories.
Yeah, Frank had it. It's a shame what's happening with him and his brother, man. Amit.
Oh, with the band, with the Zappa on Zappa, or Zappa plays Zappa,
and just the whole Frank Zappa library and everything, the whole everything.
Yeah. Where is Moon Unit on that?
She's on Dweezil's side. She's on Dweezil's side, and then the other sister is with Amit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen Zappa plays Zappa. I've seen it here twice over the last like 4 or 5 years. They've come to my town, and great shows. But it's a shame to see family bickering and fighting over Frank's
dad stuff.
Yeah, because like I really like Jay's talked about it, like the Confessions album, like with Dweezil and Amit on that singing vocal, like it was pretty cool, man.
It's a great record. And
no, but
you know who produced that, right?
Yeah, I know. It's a shame that they couldn't have just continued on the way they were, with Mike Keneally also helping them out, and it was cool, man. It was a shame.
Betancourt produced that, and he does a lot of vocals on that album.
Yeah, there was a song called "The Kiss."
Mm-hmm.
That sounded really cool because that was kind of right after the More Than Words Extreme album, and then all of a sudden there's this Confessions thing, and that was it was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, if anybody has a chance to check out that record, please do.
Yeah.
It's a really good one. 92, I think it came. 91, 92?
Yeah, around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to listen to it while I was on my paper route.
Yeah, we used to play it at the beach where me and my friends used to party at.
Basil, I don't know how to say. Sorry, I apologize.
Basil Beauvoir.
Oh,
right?
man.
Bouvet?
Look at you. Holy crap. Basil Beauvoir. I will go on record and trigger you guys and say Kirk Hammett has some of the coolest custom guitars.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. They look awesome. It's too bad it sounds like they're out of tune when he plays them, though.
Oh.
Ugh.
Hey, Jay, did you check out Kirk?
I'm a huge Metallica fan. I can say that.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's okay.
Jay, did you check out Kirk Hammett's picks I mentioned to you? Did you see that video at all?
No, I didn't. I forgot.
Oh, okay.
Basil Beauvais. No, my problem with Kirk Hammett is like, especially on the last album. No, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there.
Oh, I want to hear it now.
No, I'm sure.
What's the deal? You didn't like his solos or what?
No, not at all. Because he made it known that kind of like when they were recording the last album, he just kind of came in, not prepared, didn't have anything planned, and just kind of, wung it.
Yeah.
And when you go back to like the Black Album,
yeah,
and Master of Puppets and stuff like that, I mean, you could, especially like Bob Rock, you watch the interviews and the behind the scene footage and stuff like that. I mean, they made him do his homework and learn and put in the work and do the solos and make them memorable and stuff, not just mindless, notes. And yeah. Basil, he says he lost his phone with like 1,000 or 100 something riffs on it or something, but they weren't going to use his riffs anyway. It's a James and Lars show.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier tonight about Def Leppard and how like produced Hysteria was.
Yeah.
The same with Metallica Black Album. Like I saw an interview with, I think it was that classic albums that you were talking about, but it was about the Black Album. And Bob Rock was saying all he remembers was like a year of like long hours, like overproducing all these songs till like they were absolutely perfect. So it sort of reminded me of like anything to do with Hysteria, how like everything was so produced to make it so perfect. But I mean, at the end of the day, like both bands, they were touring on those records for like 2 or 3 years, right? There's so many hits. Like every time like one of the songs became popular, I remember one of the things, Metallica, they said, oh, Wherever I May Roam is the new single. Oh my God, we got to go tour Japan now. So the tour kept going.
Kept going and going. They kept adding to it, yeah.
Yeah, that's the same with Hysteria because everything was so produced, right? So, I mean, they got out of it. I don't know, like Jay, you said Hysteria. They said, oh, we're going to have to sell like 5 million.
5 million to break even.
Yeah, to break. I imagine with Metallica, after being in the studio for a full year and then touring for a couple of years, it was probably a similar scenario. They were going to have to sell so many just to cover the whole.
With the Black Album, they knew it was on the cut. They were on the cusp of just hitting it.
Yeah.
Because what record label in their right mind is going to let a band stay a year in a studio in LA?
Here's more of I just found that this is issue 13 of the
That's Mike's guitar. I just saw it
right here. Yeah. There's a whole like page of just Mike Gutierrez right here.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
That's my buddy.
Yeah. And Johnny mentioned earlier that Mike's band was sort of a cover band. I was hoping that he did some kind of original stuff, but
he does. He does originals as well, but he's been in some rock cover bands for a while.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, so anything to do with him doing something original, like that's awesome, right? That's with anybody, even like Jay or Johnny, anybody that does something original.
Well, that's all I do. That's why nobody knows who I am, because all I do is original stuff.
I'm not saying that.
Oh man!
Wow, that's cool, man.
No,
Dude,
you know what's cool about it, Johnny? You see the back of it, which isn't really seen other than this. I never saw the back of it until this, right?
Well, dude, I've played the guitar. I've seen the entire thing.
No, you have. I mean, us replica guys right now. I'm like, wow, I could actually build this guitar.
Well, yeah. Well, here, I'll show you. Let me, where am I? If anybody's looking, oh, yeah, we got 23 people sitting there. Here's the pictures that Steve is showing you guys. Here I am with that guitar.
Oh yeah,
right there.
I don't recognize that person at all. Who is that?
There's no beard. Yeah. I swear that's me. I swear.
Oh, that's your hat. Yeah, that's you.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's the guitar.
Cool.
That's got to be cool to own one of Eddie's guitars, man. It's like, yo, Eddie, we want to do a giveaway of one of your guitars. Which one don't you like?
Pretty much.
Here you go, Steve.
Yeah.
Steve, you want drool?
Uh-oh.
You can drool a little bit. There it is.
Oh, nice. Right on.
Yeah, actually, we're gonna next month.
Yeah.
Mike and I will be with Gary Kramer
Yeah,
at Gary's place, and Mike will have that guitar with him.
that's awesome.
So look forward to that. That'll be cool.
So, Johnny, do you know what, like, where is Gary Kramer in life right now? Is he involved with Kramer at all? Is he retired, or what is he doing? Or
should probably wait
yeah,
for the episode.
You don't give it all away now.
Yeah. Although we're supposed to be teasing it, actually. Although that's what we're doing, I guess, is teasing. And I'm fuzzy.
Teasing at 4:30 a.m. on the East Coast.
I know. Caleb's
Wow.
like, come on, Jay. Are you going to sleep yet? I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm kind of upset
I'm
I didn't
losing
play
it.
guitar tonight, man.
Disneyland wipes you out, man.
yeah, I'm gonna be recovering for days.
Yeah. Well, Caleb, I hate to say it, but these two guys, they don't sleep. So if you want to split, you can split, because these guys, they'll keep going. And I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
there is precedence of an 8, like 9-hour episode.
Wow.
Yeah,
New Year's was, I was snoring the entire time.
Well, I guess I will say my goodnight then, boys. It was very nice.
Johnny, I think that's Johnny's hint that he wants to go too.
Oh no, I'm actually good. I'm actually fine for a while. I mean, we can go another half hour if you guys want, but yeah, until
4:30.
the sun comes up for you guys, or no, for you. I mean, but
Oh, don't ask me about the Kings. We're in like just horrible free fall right now. So yeah, Pittsburgh, great. Kings are in big trouble. So
I just got 3 text messages from my wife downstairs. You better get up tomorrow. And then, but she misspelled up with UOP. Then she wrote up. You better get up tomorrow. We have lots to do. What do I have to do tomorrow? I can't think of anything offhand.
you
Except
get
for
waiting for the mail.
Yeah, waiting for the damn mail to come. That's right. Yo, it's funny. The mailman came today, right? And it wasn't the normal mailman. It was some replacement guy. You know, like in the NFL when they have like the scabs come in. But so he didn't drop anything off, and I'm sitting there looking at my phone, like, you know, it says it's gonna be delivered today, right? So Jeannie's like, go outside and track him down and ask him, you know, if he has a package for us. So I'm like, no, he doesn't. Obviously he doesn't. And then I'm sitting there for a minute. I'm like, yeah, give me the keys. So I hop in the car and I drive down the road and I pull into somebody's driveway and back up. And I get out of the car and I'm like, wait a minute. And I'm like, hey, do you have a pack, or did you, you know, I give him the address. I almost said the address on here.
oh,
But he's like, no, I don't. He's like, I can't check the tracking number or anything. So he's like, I'll be delivering tomorrow. And I'm like, but it says it's supposed to be here today. Are you sure? So I'm like, oh. I was pissed. So then I called the post office when I got back home. And Jeannie said I gave the lady on the phone a bit of an attitude. And she's like, it's not her fault. I'm like, I didn't give her an attitude, did I? But I guess I did, because she noticed it. So I was, you know, when you see something like you expect to get something and you're pumped. That's how I was.
Yeah.
And then it didn't come. You see the mailman drive by, like, where are you going? Like the ice cream man. You try to get the money, you know?
Like, just think how many times that happens to that guy every day.
Yeah.
Someone's always waiting for something. You know,
the ultimate tease, the effing mailman.
Yep. That's right.
Yep. That butt of a stitch.
Yeah, the last question for Mr. Pittsburgh Penguin guy, Hardwood Steaks. I think in hockey, if you're the champs, then someone has to knock you off. So I guess the Pens would be favored, even though they're not looking like the champs much this year. But it's all changes in the playoffs.
Yeah, once the playoffs start in the NHL, it's a whole new season.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So
that's why NHL playoffs are better than any other sport.
Especially overtime.
Oh God, yeah. And in playoffs, in the NHL playoffs, for the most part, the refs let them play. Whereas you watch and I love football, don't get me wrong. But in the NFL, it's like they call the same type of crap
they let them
play during the regular season.
They let them play because guys don't step over the line. They don't want. Nobody wants to put their team in a bad spot. So It's usually pretty clean hockey in the playoffs. That's why you don't see many fights all in the playoffs.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, the only fights you'll see is with a minute left in the game or something when somebody's losing 6-1 or something, getting blown out.
Right.
That's when you'll see some.
They send a message.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. You Sharks fan, Johnny?
No.
Hockey? What's that? Is that what you're gonna say?
Okay. No, I've never been a sports fan. Ever, and I guess it keeps me out of trouble. I guess.
What?
I don't know.
Usually, not being into sports gets people in trouble.
Oh, by the way, I just hung out with Luc Robitaille.
Wow.
And his wife follows my Twitter, and she like, I guess she really likes some of the stuff I post, and so I asked her for tickets like at opening night, and she got me in.
Really?
Like the best seats ever. And then the other day I
floated
her another message. No, it wasn't next
to her. Was Luke there?
He's always there. He's the president of the team. So, but no, but she had a couple seats into the owner's box. So I took my wife the other night, and we had this great time with the Robitailles. You can check out my Instagram on that.
That's awesome.
And I asked him about the Wolfgang, and he says it's at home, and yeah, it's just sitting there. He's got a custom Wolfgang from Eddie and Wolf.
Oh, the one with the logo, with the one pickup.
The one with just the rear pickup and the logo.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Got my little Van Halen question in there.
Nice.
Pretty cool to hang out with the boss of your team and tell him all the trades you want him to make. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I bet he loves that.
No, he was actually
tickets.
He was actually very, very open and honest about a lot of it. So, and just super cool. Both those people are super cool people. So
that's awesome.
A very out of the ordinary night for myself and my wife the other night, going to the game and getting the treatment. It was great. So
awesome.
Yeah. We just lost our 5th straight tonight or something.
So maybe he's going to have to call you up and say, what trades did you want me to make again? Get this team on the right foot.
It's scary. But it's just sports.
That's right.
I am rooting for the Vikings, though. I am rooting for the Vikings. I have a lot of friends who are Vikings fans, and they're like the Kings. They go 50 years without winning.
Well, as a Bears fan, I don't want to see anybody in the NFC North win it, but if any team does, I'd rather have it be the Vikings out of any team in that division, because as a Bears fan, you have to hate the Packers.
Mhm.
And the
You
Lions.
you just don't care about the Lions or the Vikings. So
Usually, yeah, it's like, whatever. But even though the Bears have sucked for the past 6 years, whatever.
yep, you're right, Basil. We got your Lakers here. Back to VH. Okay.
Back to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the first photo I think we know of the 5150, Eddie in the red suit. Like no stars on it, no 5150 stickers. I think unless Johnny is at the US Festival, we see it on a stand. I don't know when this photo is taken or not, but like it's brand new. There's no relicing whatsoever on the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an early photo. That looks like at the top of the 84 tour, probably during rehearsals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He never wore that suit or anything like that
Yeah.
on stage that year. So
Mm-hmm. But Caleb, have you seen the picture? The pit that Steve's talking about? A picture surfaced a year ago?
Yeah.
Couple years ago?
yes. Yeah, and 5150 was the backup at the US Festival, and it never made it to the stage.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the backup to Frankenstein that night. And he broke the strap. He broke the strap on the Frankenstein, and instead of just replacing it, for some reason they couldn't pull it off the rear part of the guitar. So there's another strap put on Frankenstein, and that probably came from 5150 because it already had the wireless rig on it. So my take is that they took the strap off 5150 and put it on Frankenstein as a fix.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you watch the video, he's got a strap dragging for like more than half the show.
During I know. There's a part during like his solo when he's starting your eruption where he's like pulling on it, right?
Yeah, it's like a tail and it's bugging him, but they couldn't get the strap off the rear part of the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got another strap that they put on. So it's like a weird little thing that happened. So I think that might be one of the reasons that 5150 never made it to the stage that night, was because it didn't have a strap for half the show. But
that's cool.
And what is it? Eddie said that 5150 is on most of 1984. That's not the Flying V for Hot for Teacher and Girl Gone Bad.
I was about to ask that. Like, what was the main guitar on 84?
It's 5150. It was already his main guitar.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's a Guitar World 1984 30th anniversary or something like that interview, and he says the 5150 was the guitar he was using then.
Because Caleb, I don't know if you heard me tell these guys, I think on 2 different occasions now, like we talked about like the best sounding Van Halen albums or what our favorites were and stuff like that. And as far as sound, I think 84 is my favorite sounding Van Halen album, just because it has the it still has the rawness, but it also has the crisp, clear, everything sounds good. It's like a mixture of both. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how.
Yeah. How about this little fact that Alex recorded the drums without cymbals, and all the cymbals were overdubbed.
Oh, that's what Mutt Lang did on I think Pyromania.
Yeah, because because the studio was so small in the early days, they didn't have room for like a kit or there was something that was a snag, so they literally he overdubbed the cymbal. All the cymbals on 1984 are not on the same drum track, which is so weird.
Wow, I didn't know that.
That's in that interview too.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Could you imagine being the drummer?
Because I'm.
And you're like, wait a
Yeah.
minute, what's going on here? Why are we recording the drums here?
Yeah, and he's using Simmons too for his toms.
Yeah, yeah. But I kind of like how the toms sound on 84, man. You know, more than 5150, even though it works with the record and how everything sounds together. But the toms on 84, just, you know, I kind of like.
The reason I think 84 you like it is because it's the only record where his guitar sounds completely different than any other record. Like you can compare maybe Fair Warning and Women and Children First a little, or even Diver Down. But I mean, and then there's the second record where his guitar sounds completely different than the first record. There's something real like tangy about that sound. There's something strange about the sound on Van Halen 2. It's a way different sound than the first record or any other record.
Yeah.
But 1984 definitely has, I think it's because you can hear him crisper and clearer than on any other record, and there's no reverb, and it's like right there, and he's flying on that record. You know, if you listen to Girl Gone Bad,
that's probably my favorite Roth
or
era
House of Pain
song or something is Girl Gone Bad. It's one of those, what do you call them, Johnny? Deep cuts, you know. It's like nobody really talks about that song unless you're like a Van Halen fan. No one really knows that song, you know.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of those. Like, I think "Hot for Teacher" is the greatest 3-instrument, one-pass song ever recorded.
Yeah.
It's just,
you can't argue with that.
There's no overdub of solo or anything. It's just 3 instruments all the way through. I guess we found out later.
The isolated track. I mean, you hear the volume knob kicking down, kicking up, and everything. It's like,
well, yeah, he uses the flying V.
Yeah, the flying V on that.
Switch to that.
The pickup. Yep.
He switches to that front pickup sound for the breakdowns.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, it's that whole solo and every. I mean,
yeah, I think through any kind of top 50 or 100 Van Halen song lists, like "Hot for Teacher" is normally at the top of the list for that, exactly what you're saying, Caleb.
Well, I think a lot of Van Halen fans, like heavy duty Van Halen fans, they don't consider that one of their favorites because it was such a hit. You know, it's almost like, oh, well, that's a hit song. So it's like Rush with like, you know, Tom Sawyer or something. You know, it's just like that song like is such a hit where they don't even,
It's the performance level on that song, like, you know, is
everything
greater
about
than
that
any
song.
other.
Everything about that song is just like, when you listen to it, you're like, holy, that was at the pinnacle of like everything, you know, with that band. And in that era, because I do love both eras. But
what comes close maybe is like "Hang 'Em High." "Hang 'Em High" is also another song where you're just like, wait a minute, that's just 3 instruments and there's no overdub, and they just went right through that like that. Incredible.
Mean, for me, like the Van Halen, the first 6 albums, for me, like my favorite song is "Mean Street," and my favorite album is "Fair Warning." So it's interesting talking to different people that are Van Halen people, like how certain songs and certain albums mean something to people. But for me, just hearing that grungy riff from "Mean Street," no matter where he's playing it, whether it's the intro, the riff, the verses, the chorus, the whole thing. Like for me, I know a lot of people, it's all about "Hot for Teacher." That's number 1. But for me, it like on those lists, like "Mean Street's" like number 5 or number 7. But for me, that's the number 1 song for me, because it's kind of it's a little more obscure rather than "Hot for Teacher," because like you think of the video and it's just so huge. And I agree, like it's all there. The guitar, the drums, the vocals, the performance, the video, the whole thing. So it's up here. But for me, like whenever I pick up a guitar, every time, like I play some some stuff in the higher strings, like some Tesla stuff to make sure I'm in tune. But then when I go to the lower strings, it's always Mean Street or Cobble Wobble, like to make sure I'm in tune and sounding right. Like, so for me personally, it's always like Mean Street and Fair Warning's like my favorite record, but everybody's different, right? As far as the first 6 albums go. But I understand like why people pick Hot for Teacher #1. But for me personally, it's always been about Mean Street. That's just me.
Well, that intro to Mean Street, man, is one of the coolest things I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, and it's the groove of the song. Like, and I'll even go back. Like, if I go back to the first album, for me, like picking like songs from every out. Like for me, the first album, I'm the One. Like it's retarded. Like how awesome it is. Like,
well, actually, I'm the One is Mean Streets. It's the same riff.
Yeah,
it's just at a different tempo.
Yeah, it's just it's that groove and the rhythm of the whole thing. It's right in the pocket, right? Like it's there's something about that's Van Halen to me.
Well, the thing that's so impressive with Van Halen 1 is you listen to those songs, and it's easy for us nowadays, and even when we were a little younger, but the time that came out and Eddie wrote that stuff, I mean, holy crap.
Yeah.
That is the crazy thing. You're like, wait a minute. It's that's the amazing part about that album.
It made every person who's ever picked up a guitar had to reevaluate their life.
Yes. And I don't want to hear, you see all these, greatest guitar players of all time lists. And I don't care who can play what, Eddie Van Halen rewrote everything about guitar in the rock and roll world. And I don't know.
Well, and most people talk about his solos, but dude, he's the best rhythm player ever.
Oh God,
he's got the greatest right hand a guitar players, and even Joe Satriani will tell you that he's got the greatest right hand to ever play guitar.
Well, when you hear a lot of these isolated tracks, right? When you have everything as a band, the whole band playing, everything sounds tight. But when you, let's say, hit the solo button on the guitar there, hit the solo button on the drums, hit the solo button on the bass, you'll hear a little like, oop, oop, oop,
well,
timing issues. Eddie was locked in, man.
Actually, with Fair Warning, there's every solo is punched in. So, but it's on the same track. There's stories about him going into the studio late at night when they were all out of the studio, and he would just redo his solos with Don Landy. Mm-hmm. And a lot of those solos weren't on the original pass that he recorded with the band. So he went in and redid the solo in Unchained. He went in and did the solo in So This Is Love. And if you listen to the isolated tracks, you can hear the punch in.
You can hear the punches, yeah. All that older stuff you can totally hear. But I'm just saying, as far as, like you said, with his rhythm playing, right? When you isolate, when you have those isolated tracks, I mean, so many little tiny nuances he does. And he's tight as hell, too, doing it. And that's the impressive part, man. Like you said, and his solos, everybody knows he's a great solo player, but his rhythm playing, I think people don't really either know or don't give him enough credit for.
Exactly.
Yep.
And he's got the songs. He's got, all those other players, they don't have the song. They have the flash and they have the, the tricks and all the speed and all that stuff, but they don't have the tunes,
Yeah, you're 100% right.
He wrote Unchained. He wrote Unchained.
And to consistently write great album after great album after great album for what? How many decades? 3 decades, almost. Well, I guess not complete decades.
Two.
Yeah, 2 and a bit.
1995.
Yeah, and that was it. But I mean, that's
well, and most of those riffs, he says he wrote in his room when he was 15 years old.
Yeah.
Most of those riffs came from his room when he was 15, 16 years old. And they just stayed around. So, and when you grow up with your brother and all you do is play bass or guitar and drums for the first, 10 years of your, music life, I mean, you're going to be ridiculous. Sound different.
Yeah.
And that's what, I mean, like he said, he's always said, like, when I'm off, Al's off. You know, when I'm on, we know when we know what kind of night it's gonna be, you know, and we fill those holes. And that's because they're symbiotic. They're brothers, you know. That's all they know is each other. So, yeah.
Yeah, and you add Wolfgang in there. Got
Right.
3 of them, and there's unstoppable. You know, talk about a power trio. Those 3.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking last week. I wish Eddie's sound was like it was. I think it's so dirty and muffled now.
Yeah, he's got to dial back the gain a little bit.
It's just in the presence. It's just.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's his hearing or what, but I want some of that old sound back. You know?
So let's say grab the Kramer 5150 and go play through your old Marshall so we can hear that again.
Well, I think some of it is the new EVH amplifiers.
Yeah.
You know, the way they make them, they're based towards a lot of like metal players.
Yeah, metal guys buy those amps.
So big, you know, thanks to the PV 5150 taken off being a metal amp, every metal guy, that is, you know, the
the original 5150 is like the holy grail for metal producers and engineers and stuff. Like, oh, you have that amp? Okay, cool. Yeah, of course you do. Yeah.
Well, I definitely miss the tone on those. You know, I think even Diver Down his sound is fantastic. You know,
you can hear more of his fingers and the wood of the guitar and just that natural tone of the guitar when with the older stuff. I agree.
Yeah, I mentioned that to you guys before. Like when For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge came out, like there's some interview where like Pound Cake had like 6 like guitars on the main riff of that song. Like it's so many overdubs on it. And then like for me, it's always been like I was late to the game, right? I was a 5150 tour. I was 15 years old. That's when I got locked in. So I missed Van Halen, the first 6 albums, and then it was Live Without a Net. Like so many of us, it was Live Without a Net. Like for me, it was the intro to the whole thing, and I got hooked. And but that sound, right? It was the Kramer 5150 into the Marshall, whether it was that or OU 812, or even like when David Lee Roth was on the fence, like what's he doing? And he watched Eddie on Saturday, or David Letterman, like 1985. He came up to California and was playing Pretty Woman and Crossroads and White Room and all this stuff. But it was the Kramer 5150 into the Marshall. I don't know what he was playing through in between that to the Marshall, but it was just so much. Yeah, like the guitar into the amp.
I don't know if he brought the harmonizer with him to.
Oh, probably not to that
Letterman that night.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
either.
no. So for me, like even today, here I am 30 years later talking about it. But that's
as we all are.
That's Eddie Van Halen to me. As soon as For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge and Balance, like the sound, like Rob Johnson talks about it. He loves that sound, and that's fine. Like I'm not knocking anything. I'm just saying what's my favorite. I mean, I still play out a 79 Marshall amp myself. Like I got a chorus pedal distortion, a wah, I got a phaser, like all flanger. Like I still play through that rig because that's the sound I like.
I'm not laughing at you.
No. Well,
David Allen is here. David Allen is here, man.
Oh, right on.
He just chimed in. Well, to what you're saying about the sound changing, right?
Yeah.
Hey, David. Great to see you, man.
Sorry. The amazing thing is that no matter what tone or what sound Eddie had throughout his career, you knew it was him. You know it's him.
Oh yeah.
And that's the amazing thing.
Yeah. I know.
Just like with Alex's snare drum too. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
And he even says it's like as much the Brown sound of Van Halen as his guitar.
Well, wasn't the Brown sound originally weren't they talking about the drums? Isn't that the story?
Yeah, the snare sound. That's what Eddie wanted his guitar to sound like, was the smack of Alex's snare sound. Yeah.
But wasn't the first time that phrase was used, like brown sound, wasn't it referring to Alex's drum sound?
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I remember. I don't remember it. But.
I just remember Eddie referring to that. Yeah.
Yeah, he would refer to Alex's snare sound, and after all those interviews, people started thinking he was talking about his guitar sound.
Yeah.
So he kind of started saying, yeah, it's like a warm brown sound, but it was always, brown, meaning it's warm, and it's kind of like Al's snare. That's what he compared it to.
And then Eddie would also always say, like, every new album that came out, you know what, guys, if you don't like the new stuff, like, you can always go back and listen to the old stuff. And then he'd be asked about, like, change in music, and he goes, yeah, of course there's change in music. That's why all of a sudden there's more keyboards and 5150, a bit of OU812. Yeah, there's a bit of change in the music, but you know what, if you don't like it, then go listen to Fair Warning or whatever. I'm not forcing you to listen to the new stuff, and if you don't want to listen to the new stuff, go listen to the old stuff. And there's always going to be a change in music. And he still does it, like putting detunas on guitars or kill switches. That's what is so impressive about him. He's always looking for something new, or the new amplifiers. Here we are, like 5150 amplifier version 3, right? Like, he's always looking for the next thing, which is really cool about him.
I wish he'd put out as many albums as he did amplifiers.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at, like, Balance. What's the years between Balance and A Different Kind of Truth? How many years is that? Like 20 years?
95 and 2012, right?
Okay, 17 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is amazing that, for us guys who are big fans, that we still hang on. We're hanging on to the torch for the guy, and always hope for new music. We're still hoping for new music. And I know an interview I saw with George Lopez recently. He's saying, something's coming up for 2018. He wouldn't say what, but he said definitely something good's coming up. So hopefully the combination of Jay letting me know about Michael Anthony being up at 5150 and like a new year.
You're making it seem like I saw him there myself.
Yeah, right. I
saw Mike up there.
I'm just trying to be positive that hopefully something's coming up in the 40th anniversary of the first record. And who's the guy, Johnny, that does the transcriptions? He's doing a new transcription of Eruption.
Andy.
Yeah. Who is that? There's a guy, not Andy.
You're talking about.
We'll get it.
What's his name?
Alan Garber?
Alan Garber, yeah.
Yeah. So he's got his new he slowed down Eruption, is really trying to figure out the notes because they haven't been exactly right for 40 years. So, I know he's coming out with a new transcription, like note for note, like every.
What about Steve Vai's transcription? Is that accurate or close or what?
No, it's not, Jay. I mentioned to you. That his final run of all the tapping, Steve Vai in 1985 did it, the final run on the G string, the third string, but it actually, I knew when I watched Live Without a Net, I was 15 years old. Oh, okay. Well, he starts at the second fret on the B string, the second string. So right away, I was like, okay, Steve Vai was wrong. I mean, it sounds the same on a different string in a different position, but actually,
Steve, you're wrong.
Hey, no way, man.
Yeah, I mean, you can't tell Steve Vai that.
I am.
Steve's asleep.
He just doesn't know it yet.
Yeah. Well, hey, Steve Anderson, man. David Allen Wright's asking you if you got his message about the FRT 5.
Yes, I did. I have to. I don't have a Facebook account. I am gonna open a Facebook account this weekend, and I have to contact David about a tremolo that I got to order. So I know all about it, David, and I'm gonna open a Facebook account, and I'll contact you.
Is that what you guys call them up in Canada?
What's that?
Tremolo.
Tremolo?
Tremolo.
I've heard other hosers say the same thing. I say that with all due respect.
Yeah, I don't take offense to anything.
Yeah, please don't, because I'm a huge Strange Brew fan. I love the Mackenzie brothers, and any chance I get,
it's either a tremolo or a vibrato.
Is that true?
All right, there you go.
Vibrato. Vibrate. I got a new Floyd Rose vibrator on my guitar here.
Vibrato.
Get the big black one.
my Iommi bar.
Well, you know, nobody's wife wants to hear you talking about how you bought a new vibrator. You know.
Yeah, right.
Ooh, where do you keep it?
I mean, for yourself.
Yeah.
You know.
His email address is in here, Steve, if you want it. I don't want to read it over the video though.
Yeah, that'd be easier. Well, I don't have a Facebook account.
I'd rather not.
Are you reading the chat?
I don't get that.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't see it. Oh well, Steve, I can get you in touch with David Allen Wright. Easily.
You talk to Johnny's people. He'll talk to Steve's people and get you connected.
Yeah. I have a few dollars to send. Yeah. So yeah, all good.
Cool. Well, I know Caleb's been trying to get out of here for at least an hour. Are you guys good?
Yeah, it's 5 a.m. here.
Okay.
I gotta.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Yep.
You know, so it's almost 2 o'clock. So I think it's a good time to say we're just warmed up.
I know. I've heard like 2 of Caleb's stories about his meetings with Eddie Van Halen. I know there's like 6 more. I didn't get the 3rd one, so there's a long way to go.
Caleb,
I told
Steve's
the good ones.
If Steve's in here, we're not going anywhere, man.
Oh my god. We'll save it.
Started.
Yeah.
We'll save it. We'll save it for another one.
Yeah.
When there's more than 20 people. How many people we got?
We got 20. 20 people.
Which is amazing. It really is still amazing.
It is amazing.
Yep.
Right? Everyone's packing half a heat coming home from the bar.
Well, the bar's just closed at 2 a.m. Pacific, so they're just leaving now and getting home.
Right. Exactly.
So Steve, you're probably saying you want to stay on because we're going to get more people in here.
Yeah. Like in about a half an hour, that 20 will be up to 50 with all the drunk guys.
Yeah, we got to start doing the overnights. We'll do like the EVH overnight.
I like that idea, man. There's 21. We already got another drunk guy in here.
Yeah, it's 2:01 and we're up to 21. Every minute there's another guy.
Another Uber just pulled up. All right, boys.
Cool.
Caleb, it was nice meeting you finally, man.
You too. This is great.
Yep, it's good stuff.
So much fun. I
Yeah.
can talk about it with no one else.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Isn't that weird?
I know. It's like I go around, I work, and I'm saving lives. I'm like meeting all these people.
Literally. He's literally saving lives.
Yeah. No.
That's amazing.
But I know when I start talking about all these guitars and bye, see you later stuff, nobody has a clue what I'm talking about.
Just don't show the back of that guitar to somebody you're working on, man. That's
Yeah, you're on the ground. See ya. Yeah. Happy trails to you.
Yeah.
Make one that says, "Hey, welcome back."
welcome back, Kramer.
Welcome back, Cotter. Yeah, that's the John Sebastian song. Welcome back, Cotter.
That's right. All right, gentlemen.
Bad.
I guess the next time I'll talk to you, Johnny, will be in Anaheim, California.
Yes.
Awesome.
Well, we'll make sure. I'll make sure we'll message, during the week, but I'll see you Friday. Definitely.
I will send you pictures Thursday.
Awesome.
So
And you
hope
guys,
everyone
you guys
watching.
got to do a Bill and Ted thing. Remember the scene when they're in the garage before they go to school, like the first 10 minutes of the movie, and like one of them is playing to introduce themselves. I'm Bill S. Preston Esquire, and then he hands the camera to Ted, and then he gets on the guitar. I am Ted Theodore Logan. You got to do that.
We'll do that in the EVH booth.
The AVH booth, yeah, man.
And everyone will look at us and go, "Oh my God."
Oh crap!
That's a good one. That's
Johnny
good.
Beane Esquire.
Good
That's
stuff.
that's my
Caleb
name.
Theodore Rappaport.
That's Theodore. That's my brother's middle name. That's so great.
See, it works, man. Yep.
You were close.
Oh man, I'm getting the giggles now. It's 5 o'clock. I'm getting the giggles.
Watch the sky turn blue. Enjoy that.
It's too cold out.
Oh my God. Oh, I can't even. All I think about is that there's going to be a crazy kid up in a few hours. So
Not in my house.
I really screwed myself.
Not in my house.
Yeah.
My kid's still at the age of sleeping till for almost 12 hours. Good
Oh.
to go. Just like
Well,
me.
that's- Yeah, but you put him, you put her to bed at midnight.
Yeah, I know.
You figured it out.
Yeah, I know. My one buddy's like, my kid's been getting up at like 6 a.m. I'm like, so put him to bed later, But what do I know?
Let him watch Colbert with you.
Yeah, once you see him start to fall asleep, what are you doing? Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
It's almost tub time. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. All right.
Care Bear wants to play. All right. We're gonna end it.
For real.
All right, we're gonna end this. Although, don't hang up, you guys. Well,
Yeah,
Steve, I want to talk to you for a minute, but
Ooh.
you got it.
I want to talk to you for a second.
That's an hour.
everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And again, Caleb and I will be at the NAMM show on Caleb will be there Thursday. We'll be there together on Friday, next Friday. So there you go. Yeah. So subscribe to this channel right here that you're watching. Subscribe to Caleb's channel. There'll be the link down below. And all things NAMM next week. Yes. All right. Keep rocking, everybody. You can all go to sleep now, we promise. And we'll see you guys
Maybe tomorrow. If I get the neck tomorrow.
I'm gonna have to,
Today.
I'm gonna have to wake
Today.
up.
Sorry, yeah. Well, my mail doesn't come till like 3 or 4 o'clock anyway, so.
Well, that's your time.
Oh, wait,
though.
what time else?
That's 11 or 12 our time. We're sleeping. We'll wake
All
up.
right.
We'll wake up. All right. Simon, E.T., phone home, 5150. Jeannie says, Michael Smith, Ty Z, everybody, David Allen. Great to see you, David. And yes, I still have the Ripley, and no, it needs to be fixed. Still. So there you go. Everybody later, everybody.
What does that mean? Play us out.
Play us out.
Play us out, Steve.
What does that mean, play us out? What does that mean, play us out? What is that?
I'll write it. You'll do it live.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live.